And welcome folks to Dickinson Power here in Carlisle, Pennsylvania. Brian McDaniel behind the scenes. As always, glad to have you with us for our love tank today. The first is City Field. Mostly sunny skies, a light breeze blowing, and it's expected to be in the maybe upper 50s today. We're excited to bring Sarah Clifford as the big show with that first W of the season. Coming up Western with the 36 for the Dickinson. Bring Sarah over to the
Again, to go through that, experience for the whole offense really is.
Mike's been a leader, ever since I've been here, and a guy that we look to on offense to, kind of get things rolling, and he did that last week, and I think it does give Will some confidence knowing that he's throwing to a fifth-year guy that, has been there before, and so I think that confidence is big, and then. It's also nice to see, he threw the ball to Bamasa and some of those other guys. So, that's going to be big for the future.
That's what's kind of nice. And then there was that whole group of sophomore receivers that really kind of got going. He found Bamasa a couple times. Probably one player that if Bamasa's not down on one knee, he might run that one for a touchdown.
Yeah, definitely. I've been hoping that Bamasa would kind of emerge and we get more big plays out of him, and I think he started to get a little more confidence, and when the ball was thrown his way last week, he did some good things.
And then Taylor Wagner caught that 1 year touchdown pass and a little flare on the B-back side. So he kind of got him, and then that nice ball Will threw at the end to Marquise, that Marquise just beat his guy and ran right under it. It was a nice play in the end zone.
Yeah, and Marquise is a guy that has some speed, something that we've lacked for a while. And when we recruited Marquise a year ago, that was one of the reasons we recruited him, because he's got speed and able to run by some people. So it's good to see those young receivers finally starting to develop and do the things that we hoped they would when we recruited them.
And one of the other young guys who kind of got involved on that last series even was Breon Herbert, and that nice catch he made over the middle.
Yeah, he's a scrappy little guy, not afraid to go across the middle. He's probably 155 pounds soaking wet, but he's like that in practice. He has no fear, and he's able to go in there and catch the ball and take a pounding and jump right back up. And so that's a lot of fun watching him do that.
But more than just Will and his receivers, the offensive line played well, didn't allow a sack. First time, I think, a year and a half that the offensive line hasn't allowed a sack. So it's something that, the offensive line played well, and Will also got outside and, bought some time in a couple situations as well.
Yeah, I think it's a combination of both of those things. I think the offensive line is finally, starting to come together. But then also, Will did some things too to keep himself off the ground and using his feet and extending plays that way. So a combination of those things, played out well. Sacks are something we try to eliminate.
And then in the running game on offense, kind of really three-headed monster. Obviously, Tehat's kind of carried the lion's share. He had a good day. Matt Cathy did a couple more good days. Perry really kind of got back in the flow and probably did some things that we haven't seen from him maybe at all since he's been here.
Yeah, it's nice. All three of those guys are different styles, and to be able to use all three of those, keeps the defense on their toes, and you really have to defend all three of them differently. Tehat's a downhill, more of a physical runner, where Matt is quick and shifty, and then Perry is quick and shifty in his own right, but does a nice job catching the ball out of the backfield too. So, depending on who's in there, we kind of have a little bit different mentality offensively.
On the defensive side of things, I know you were a little disappointed with the way the first half went defensively, but still that defensive line got pressure on the quarterback all day long, and they continue to do what they've done in the 23 sacks down this year for the defensive line.
Yeah, it's funny how we were last in the conference in sacks last year, and now we're first in the conference in sacks by a pretty extensive margin. So, it's good to see those guys getting after the QB. When you have guys that can move like that, that's the difference. Is we finally got some guys with some quickness now, with Ray and Garvin. Those guys can really come off the ball, and it's hard, as an offensive lineman, to deal with that type of quickness.
You made the move in preseason. You moved Andy Ullman inside. He's been much more effective now coming out of that tackle position.
Yeah, one of my philosophies on defense has been, get speed on the field. So your big corners become safeties, your big safeties become linebackers. And Shane Douglas was a linebacker. Now he's down as a D end. Right. Andy was a D end. Now he moves inside as a D tackle. So, that's always been something I've tried to do is you may be a little bit undersized by doing that, but you make up for it with the speed and aggressiveness and just flying to the football. I think that's something that's noticeably different this year.
Right, and there's probably a couple more plays on defense. We go back to that sack. And Andy had a kid that I think I even had in as a sack originally, and then they spotted the ball and got it over the line. It was like, oh well, can't be a sack now. And then there was a play on F&M's last drive where Garvin had the quarterback and he somehow made that roll out, and just backside wasn't there, and the kid ran for a first down.
Yeah, we're still young in some spots in the secondary, and that's I think the thing we need to really work on, and we've talked about it, really all year, but eliminating big plays, and you've got Luke back there as the senior. But if you look at the other three spots, they're all first-year starters and young guys. And so we just need some more experience. We need to communicate better back there, and that'll help eliminate some of those big plays.
Right, and really, you look at the second half, and F&M's only score in the second half came out of a combination of two big plays. The big kickoff return, and then they hit that one long touchdown pass. And that was really, outside of that last drive where they moved the ball a little bit, it was the only time they got really deep into your territory.
Yeah, that's another thing. Special teams has been kind of the same thing. We've done some really good things at times on special teams, and then we've made some mistakes. The fake punt, we lined up wrong, and we left them a 3-on-3 over there, and they just checked the fake because they saw that they had the numbers advantage. And again, it was a young guy that was lined up incorrectly. The same thing on the big kickoff return. We lined up incorrectly there. So, those are things that frustrate you as a coach, when you go over it week to week to week and, yep, everybody's got it. And then, when they come off the sideline, you ask them, yeah, coach, why? I just don't know. And I think that's just the experience factor of being young.
We fast forward now to this week against Dickinson. Luke Stilson joined by head coach Mike Hoyt here on the Green and Gold Kickoff Show. Getting ready for kickoff between McDaniel and Dickinson. We fast forward to Dickinson a little bit. Dickinson always been, always an option team, always throwing the ball. Haven't really thrown the ball a lot this year. Talk about defending, that option. Obviously last year, I think, they hurt us on the dive play, but it was the one play I know going into that game that you were like, we're gonna give up the dive play, and they beat us on that. They beat us on that.
Yeah. When you play option football, you've got to be disciplined. You got to make sure somebody's on the dive, somebody's on the quarterback, somebody's on the pitch man. So, we've worked hard this week on that, being disciplined and taking care of our responsibilities. And, we've schemed them up a little bit, doing some things that, I guess, outside the box a little bit as far as our defense goes. But if it works, I think it's going to be really, really good. If it doesn't, then we'll be scrambling and try to stick our finger in the dike, and so we'll see what happens. it'll come down to, I think, this week matching their intensity. The one thing that I've always been impressed with Dickinson, even when I was coaching at another school in the conference against them, they always play really, really hard. They're scrappy, they're physical, and they give you maximum effort from start to finish. And that's something we're going to have to do is match that level of effort and that level of intensity. And if we can do that, I think we might have a shot.
Yeah, I think it goes back to an option team having an athletic defensive line like we've talked about all year. That you've got guys who hopefully can match up with their athleticism and their skill positions.
Yeah, I hope so. We'll see as things get rolling here, but you'd like to think that having more speed on the field defensively will help us.
And then quickly, Dickinson defense and our offense, just back to, continue to build on last week, and I think that's probably, that's probably been your message all week, offensively at least.
Absolutely.
Build on what happened last week.
Yeah, we did some good things last week, and we're going to try to, more of the same, pick up where we left off, and continue to move the ball consistently, running the ball, mixing in the pass and play action, and I think. They don't do a lot of different things scheme-wise. On the back end, they're pretty simple with their coverages. Up front, they'll give you a lot of different looks. But, for our zone blocking scheme, we should be able to handle that.
Yeah, and the thing with, last week was putting together a couple sustained drives, a 6-minute drive, a 7-minute drive, and moving the ball down the field for 10, 12, 13 plays at a time.
Yeah, if we can do that, we'll be in good shape, because that keeps your defense rested and really starts to wear out the other team. Yeah,
and it showed in the second half with defense flying around the ball. So the offense got going and started bringing some intensity to the defensive side as well.
Yeah, no doubt.
This week, we'll get you back to Brian and John. They'll get you set for kickoff right here on McDanielAthletics.com.
All right, Luke, thank you very much. Coach Hoyt in his fourth year, 3-33 so far, a Canisius College graduate. His counterpart today is the veteran Darwin Breaux, the head coach of Dickinson. Coach Breaux in his 23rd season, his lifetime mark, 129 and 101. His teams have won 4 Centennial Conference titles over the years. Pretty dominant squad back in the early 90s. In fact, they were 10-0 back in 1994. Yes, Brian McLean and John Seaman here, getting set for the Green Terror and the Red Devils, about 3 minutes or so away from kickoff. Dickinson, they love to run the football. I was preparing for the game today, John. I recall from years ago doing broadcasts, always known to do either the power eye or double wingback set or whatever it may have been. Coach Breaux loves to run the football. They only average 82 yards per game through the air, so obviously when you prepare for the defense, you prepare for that running game and the different ways they attack you and the plethora of backs they sometimes can use.
Yeah, running team, you have to prepare differently than you do against a passing team. What I'll be anxious to see today is, are we going to see a team go to a huddle? Okay, haven't seen much of that this year. Haven't seen much of that in several years. But running teams tend not to be as anxious to, create the situational problems that passing teams do. So I'll get a kick out of that. But the key for McDaniel today is to not allow themselves to fall into the hole that they have just far too often this season. To come out to play a good, solid, steady game, to give themselves a position to win at the end, to play strong at the end of each half, and both ends of each half. Start the halves strong, end the halves strong, and see if they can make that short trip home an enjoyable one today.
Captains meeting at midfield right now. The Red Devils have won the toss and they will receive the opening kickoff. The Dickinson captains include Cedric Madden and Austin High, along with Teddy Aroldi. And the Green Terror captains, of course, Mike Oliveto, Matt Quattrone, Brandon Jones, and Riley Johnson. Today's referee is John Ponzoric. The Green Terror in their white jerseys today, green sleeves on the shoulder, green pants and white socks, and of course the green helmet with Green Terror scripted on each side. And the Red Devils wearing their red jerseys with white numerals trimmed in black, white pants, red and white socks, and the red helmet with the scripted D on each side of the helmet. So the Green Terror will be kicking off here to start off this one. McDaniel College coming off that loss last week to Franklin and Marshall. They'll get set for a home game against Juniata next week. That'll be at Kenneth Gill Stadium at 1 p.m. Meanwhile, the Red Devils will be on the road in Allentown next week to take on Muhlenberg. The Green Terror and Dickinson coming up. And right now from Biddle Field, our national anthem. Our national anthem this afternoon here in Carlisle, Pennsylvania. Again, Brian McLean and John Seaman here, local ROTC, presenting the colors as well. Beautiful campus right in the heart of Carlisle. The trees and their autumn colors around, the burgundy track surrounding the football field. Light breeze blowing, and going to check the reliable smartphone to get our game time temperature, Coach. I wasn't quite sure at Muhlenberg a few weeks back, but 56 right now in Carlisle.
Yeah, just a gorgeous day. What a beautiful drive up. Come through Apple Country and cross the Appalachian Trail. Yeah, what could you do? How could you enjoy a day better than this on a Saturday afternoon? Game 7, the weather's still wonderful, and looking for a Terror victory today.
Green Terror to kick off here to start this one off.
Kicking off for McDaniel, number 69, Mike Casper.
Green Terror going with 2 kickers, of course, this year. Mike Casper is the long field goal kicker and the kickoff kicker, and he'll be doing those duties right now. Spencer Weersberg will kick the shorter field goals. In fact, he's 9 for 9 this year.
Yeah, which is just a
having an outstanding season.
Weapon.
13 of 13 in his young career. As Casper's ready, he puts his foot into it. End over end kick coming to the left side of the end zone. Caught and taken for a touchback by James Ward. So the Red Devil offense, Billy Berger, the young quarterback, will start today. Cedric Madden and Chris Soulis are the running backs. Madden just shy of 400 yards this year. Jake Walbert and Anders Overhog are the wide receivers, and Darian Bunce will be the starting tight end. The offensive line from left to right, Josh Schwartz, Billy Berlinski, Kyle Santorin is the center. Gavin Harder and Rob Stein will start at right guard and right tackle, respectively. Berger from the gun has trips to his right. And he will pass the football on first down. A post pattern across the middle, and the pass is caught by 24. Overhog untouched and scores a touchdown on the game's first play from scrimmage. 80 yards. Berger to Overhog, his 6th touchdown this season, his first through the air.
My goodness.
They're going to run. First play from scrimmage, a simple post for 80 yards and a score.
Yeah, one play, 75 yards, 10 seconds off the clock, and just not what the doctor ordered.
Stephen Walker, the place kicker, lets it go. It is good. He's now 13 of 15 on the season in PATs, and just like that, the Red Devils have a 7-0 lead 10 seconds in.
Yeah,
and that's just maybe not over preparing, but you expect the team's going to run. You cheat in the box a little bit, and it's a chess match sometimes, and they counter with a pass.
Yeah, that no question. That's exactly what happened. You typify a team, They, again, throw for 75 yards. They're averaging, somewhere in the 80s, 90s.
They're 237 out of 241 in the country in Division III in passing yards per game. They're averaging 83 yards per game through the air, and that one play was good for 80 yards.
Remind you, we ball set on the 25. So
75 yards. I beg your pardon, yes.
Made all the difference.
I've been out of the game for a while, folks, so I beg your pardon. But, yes, absolutely. On the college level, it's a touchback is at the 25 on a kickoff. So 75 yards of nearly what they've been averaging per game on just one play. Unbelievable. And the ensuing kickoff takes a dead bounce at the 25-yard line and fallen on by the tear near the 30. Now the ball is stripped free. The Red Devils are claiming they have the football. We're going to see here as this ball is at the 30-yard line in Green territory, and it will be Red Devil football. Unbelievable. I thought Shane Douglas pounced on it. He was there briefly, but it squibbed through. And the Red Devils have recovered the ensuing kick, I should say, has the effect of an onside kick in a way. And the Red Devils will have the football at the Green Terror 30-yard line.
The ball just went to no man's land. It went past, the second level of return men, didn't get to the deep men, and the ball just hit the ground and stopped, and the Red Devils recovered.
Berger from the gun. They will run the ball this time off the left side. Cedric Madden, the ball carrier. And Madden picks up 4 yards to the Green Terror 26. Green Terror starting defense. Raymond Doe is an end along with Garvin Brooms. Brooms with that last stop. The tackle is Joey Betts, and Andy Ullman will be the nose guard. He had 11 tackles last week. Matt Quattrone, Brandon Jones, and Drew Scott are the linebackers. Luke Fernandez and Angelo Payne will start at safety. Garrett Deal out today and out for the season with a back injury. Chris Inge and Wayne Long will start at cornerback. On second down, Berger's pass is complete along the far side. Jake Walbert with the reception, and that's good for a first down at the Green Terror 16-yard line.
And McDaniel fortunate not to be flagged for tackling him well out of bounds, but the tackle had started in bounds, and he continued it after he was crossed the sideline.
Officially at the 15, so 1st and 10 for the Red Devils. Again, left to right in the opening quarter, 13:50 on the clock, 7-0 Dickinson on a 75-yard touchdown pass on the game's first play from scrimmage. Now an option play is kept by the quarterback Berger, and Berger picks up close to 5 yards to the 10-yard line.
And McDaniel has had issues the last 2 weeks in stopping the quarterback. Now, again, it's been against passing teams, and they haven't really assigned anybody to stop him. Against this option run team, someone will be assigned that, no question about it, but they have to go ahead and play their assignment.
Berger from the gun, 2 wide receivers to his right. They'll run the football to Madden this time. Madden just inside the right tackle, and he's close to a first down. They'll mark the ball maybe just shy of the 5-yard line, as Madden will get a lot of touches today. As I mentioned earlier, 2 touchdowns rushing, nearly 400 yards on the season. And right now Dickinson facing 3rd down and a short one at the McDaniel 6.
And it's certainly easier to stop them here than it will be if they give up the first down. So they need some penetration, need to stop this first down right now.
Jake Walbert wide to the left side. The give is to Madden, and Madden surges ahead. He's hit by a wall and pushed back, but I believe he has the first down. Depends on the spot.
I think he's going to be just short if I'm looking at the angles right, but
the headline's been standing on the 5.
They're moving the sticks.
Yeah, they will give him the first down. Quattrone made the tackle, but 1st and goal for the Red Devils at the 5-yard line.
The sticks are always about 3 yards off the sideline, and sometimes you get a funny angle to tell exactly where the stick is lined up, but he certainly got to the 5, and the first down was awarded.
Shoot wide to the left side, the toss back to Madden. He goes to the left side as well. Trapped in the backfield, springs free for a bit, then is nailed at the 6. A loss of 1 yard on the play as Andy Ullman got there to make the tackle. Again, Andy last week with 11 stops.
So the defense with quite a task in front of them here with the 1st and goal at the 5. Now they answered on play number 1, faced with now a 2nd and 6 with the loss on that. A little bit of a substitution change for the Red Devils, bringing in a little bit different look on their offense.
James Ward comes in with the play. He'll line up on the left side. Far left is Molesky. 2nd and goal at the 6. Berger from the gun. Runs it to Overhog. Overhog hit at the line of scrimmage and pushed back as the Green Terror surge is right there once again. Matt Quattrone there to make the stop along with Eddie Kendall.
So no gain on that one. So it brings up a 3rd and goal from the 6. And McDaniel needs to find an answer. They'd be wonderful to hold them to a field goal attempt in this situation.
Madden back on the field. And Schutte will come in with the play. Schutte, number 4, now lines up wide to the right. Still the shotgun set with one running back, Madden. Berger wants to throw, looks left, now looks into the end zone. Pass is thrown and caught for a Red Devil touchdown. On the touchdown catch was Jake Walbert, a freshman, and the Red Devils have a 13-0 lead.
So McDaniel yet to run an offensive play, down by 2 scores.
Berger now with 3 touchdown passes on the season. Stephen Walker will attempt an extra point. A bad snap. Now they're going to run with the football. The spotter, and he will go into the end zone for 2. That was James Ward. Ward couldn't handle the snap, picks it up, and runs to the right pylon, and it's a 2-point conversion as opposed to 1. And Dickinson has a 15-0 lead with 10:37 to play in the opening quarter.
I'm not sure what the defensive back saw there. He needed to attack that man, and if he throws the ball over his head, he throws the ball over his head, but he kept retreating into the end zone, didn't give him any kind of an opportunity to stop the play.
There was a penalty on the play, an illegal substitution on the defense. Of course, the conversion will stand, and it's a 15-0 lead for the Red Devils. Well, early, the start of the first quarter, the start of the third quarter, things like that, Coach, they're always pivotal in a game, and just a rough start. Fortunately, there's so much time left in this game to overcome it. They were down last week by 20, but obviously all Red Devils so far, we've only played 4.5 minutes.
Yeah, you don't want to be down 2 scores before you've seen the ball offensively. But that's exactly the position McDaniel finds themselves in. Now, I look at their kickoff return. Again, there is a large hole in the return between the 25-yard line and the 45-yard line. I don't know that kick was purposeful last time, but we'll see.
Just died when it hit the 25-yard line. This kick is longer, high, and end over end, and taken at the 11-yard line. On the return is Will Emerson, or McKinney, I beg your pardon. And McKinney's progress is to the 21-yard line. So the Green Terror offense will now get their first touches from their own 21. And the quarterback will be Will Kester with 3 touchdown passes last week. On the depth chart, the starting running backs, Tayod Campbell and Dante Moss. The wide receivers are Mike Oliveto, Bamasa Baylor, and Sean Montgomery. The offensive line, Raleigh Johnson, Paul Flagg, John Linehan, Vince Gorgoni, and Hunter Metcalf from left to right. They run the ball on first down. Progress to the 26-yard line. It's the Green Terror known for the no huddle, and that was Campbell on the carry.
It's good to see Campbell gaining positive yardage on that first play from scrimmage. Picks up what looks to be about 5. And Terror trying to get back to the line of scrimmage quickly.
From the 27, officially second down and about 4. Kester from the gun. They run the ball again to Campbell, but first whistle stop.
Ball was not set. Ball was not ready for play. Will there be a delay of game penalty against McDaniel?
Play clock says 25 right now.
Well, the delay of game would be if you snapped the ball before it was ready for play.
Something you don't see too often. John Ponzoric is our referee today. He's going to come over now to the Dickinson sideline and speak with the side judge. The other officials today, Brian Johnson, the umpire, Antonio Drumming is the headlinesman.
So there's some mechanics within the officiating crew that they've got to work out here because they virtually had marked the ball ready for play.
Well, the Green Terror ready once again, and the referee's talking to two officials on the sideline, so no one's ready just yet until the guy with the white hat's ready.
Absolutely. I don't think there's going to be a penalty because the administration of the officials appear to have been incorrect as opposed to the mechanics of the McDaniel offense. But if you had any kind of momentum off of that first play, it's long gone.
Sure. Gain of 6 yards on the first play from scrimmage. Ryan Dillard's the line judge. Ronald Williams, the side judge. Doug Gata is the field judge. And the back judge is
First
Joe.
and 5? No way. I don't care what that linesman's tell me. It can't be 1st and 5.
And Joe Yochum is the back judge. Second down and officially 5 now. It is second down. There's no way it can be first down.
Right. The side judge was certainly signaling first.
They'll throw here on second down. The pass from Kester is complete. 87, Billy Atkins on the catch. His progress marked at the 32-yard line, and that's good for a Green Terror first down.
All right. Nice to see Kester complete his first pass. Last week he started about 1 for 6, 1 for 7, and then got hot. He's going to need to be hot right from the start here.
From the 32, from the gun. And the Green Terror will keep the football on the ground. Campbell will get progress to the 36-yard line. Gain of 4 yards on the play, brings up 2nd and 6.
All right, that's a little longer than I thought it was going to be, but they gave him the 4.
Kester again from the gun. Campbell again on the ground, and he gets about a yard this time as he wraps up. He's wrapped up quickly by Ned Amala. Amala, a junior with 29 stops entering today, and they'll mark the football at the McDaniel 38-yard line.
So our first third down for McDaniel today. They're faced with about 3rd and 4, and you would assume that this is going to be a passing down, so expect a little bit more of a rush from the Red Devils.
Green Terror 27% successful on third down conversions this year. Facing 3rd and 4, a swing pass right side to Campbell. Campbell on the far side has the first down and more down the sideline. One man to beat. 30, 20, 10, and touchdown, Tayad Campbell. The Green Terror on a swing pass on third down picks up the touchdown. It's now 15-6.
So Campbell takes that swing pass, catches it clean, really goes in untouched. My count is 5 plays, 62 yards, and I have to do a little subtracting to figure out how much time off the clock, but not much. McDaniel making the decision, even though we're down by 15, making the decision to kick this extra point.
Weersberg on to attempt the PAT. It's up, and the kick is good, and it's now a 15-7 ball game. And we'll take a break here in the first quarter. 8:43 to play in the opening quarter. It's Dickinson 15, McDaniel 7.
Here's a news flash. McDaniel College is named a Best Bang for the Buck by Washington Monthly and a Best Value by Kiplinger's Personal Finance. That's in addition to a top-tier ranking by U.S. News, the academic version of the BCS football poll, and continuing inclusion among only 40 colleges nationwide known to change the lives of their students. How do we do that? McDaniel offers each student a customized and personal liberal arts education plus faculty-student collaboration, a true McDaniel tradition in the classroom, lab, studio, dining hall, and on every court and playing field on campus. McDaniel prepares students for successful lives of leadership, service, and social responsibility. Come see for yourself. Check out McLive, our online calendar at mcdaniel.edu for upcoming events, performances, exhibitions, lectures, and more that are free and open to the public. Again, to learn more, visit mcdaniel.edu or call 410-857-2230 to schedule a campus visit. Do you know what the McDaniel...
And welcome back to Dickinson College's Biddle Field. The ensuing kickoff is taken for a touchback as for the second time today, Mike Casper puts it in the end zone, and we'll start this possession from the 25-yard line. I did know that, and my brain was left in Westminster on that touchdown play.
Again, the drive was a 5-play, only took 62 seconds off there, a minute and 48 seconds off the clock, covered 62 yards, and now it had to be a little bit longer than that, covered 75 yards. 62 of it was on the catch and run.
Tayod Campbell with the score, the 4th touchdown pass by Kester this year. And here come the Red Devils on first down. The pass is broken up at the line of scrimmage, incomplete. The Green Terror bringing some pressure. I believe that was Ullman out there along with Eddie Kendall to get their paw on the football.
So Coach Bro has determined that McDaniel was going to sell out to stop the run, and he said, okay, you can bring all those players up to stop the run. We're going to throw the ball. And that is the 4th pass, the first incompletion.
Trips to the right. Berger on a quarterback keeper will take the football himself, and he's tripped up after a short gain of maybe 2 yards. Matt Quattrone, his 43rd tackle of the season, brings up 3rd down and about 8 after a gain of 2.
So Quattrone makes the tackle, but he's the last man that's going to make that tackle short of a first down and probably a good bit more yardage than that. When you're going against an option team, it's extremely important that you play assignment football. It's so tempting to go in and rush who you think has the ball. You have to play your assignment.
3rd and 8 for Berger and company. Play action. He's back to throw. He dumps it off as they set up a play on the right side. Madden has the catch. And Madden across the 35, across the 40, out of bounds. And that's good for about 13 yards and a Red Devil first down.
So a little underhanded flip pass into the flat. And, again, my count is 5 passes for Dickinson. 4 of them complete, certainly the long one for the touchdown, and 2 of the others have been for first downs.
At the 41-yard line of Dickinson, 1st and 10 for the Red Devils. Berger from the gun, 2 wides to his left. On a keeper on the option, he goes to his right, Berger, and Berger is dragged down from behind after a gain of 2, maybe 3 yards. On the stop was Garvin Brooms. Garvin last week with 11 tackles, came in with 27 on the season.
It's good to see Brooms. Again, I hate to keep saying the same thing. Play his assignment. He has to stay home even though the play goes away from him because the quarterback bellies the ball to the left and then carries it around to the right. Brooms isn't there. Nobody's there.
3 yards on the play, 2nd and 7 from the Red Devil 44. Clock running, 7:27 to go in the first. Another option play, and Berger will keep it. Berger goes straight ahead to the right of the right hash and picks up what appears to be a first down. A penalty flag is down as Brandon Jones made the tackle.
Back in the offensive backfield, which usually indicate holding on the offense.
And that is the case. This one's going to come back. So what appeared to be a nice gain by Berger is negated by the holding penalty. They'll mark it off and spot the football back at the 34-yard line.
You know, coming into the day, we knew that Berger was able to run the ball, and he has been effective. He, if you're going to run an option, you have to be a ball handler. You have to make people question where the ball is. And that time he bellied the ball in for a long time and then delayed and carried it himself, but it came back because of the hold.
2nd down and 17. The option once again. They'll run the football off the right side for a short gain. Cedric Madden, the ball carrier. He picks up a couple to the 36.
So we've got a 3rd and about 16. McDaniel bringing a little bit more speed in, anticipating a pass, and certainly it's what you have to anticipate with the down and distance. But the play that they've run effectively, and they've only been in a similar situation once, was the little shovel pass to the right side.
Trips to the right, or to the left, I should say. Molesky and Schutte are out there, along with Overhog. Berger looks to his right, however. The pass is caught by Walbert, and Walbert is brought down right away at the 35-yard line. The Green Terror defense responds after the score earlier. On the tackle was Quattrone, and the Red Devils forced to punt.
Okay, so the Red Devils manage a 6-play drive. They pick up 1 first down, 2 pass completions, but they are put into a punting situation. McDaniel lining up with a single punt return man, meaning you can expect some pressure here on this punt.
Chris Inge back to return at the 22. The punter is Austin High. He gets it off. It's a booming, spiraling punt taken back at the 14 by Inge. A flag is thrown. He
And
runs out to the
it's
right
coming
side,
back.
across the 30 and to the 34-yard line.
It's all coming back.
But a flag is down at the 22-yard line, and hands or a block will negate the return by Inge. Molesky giving credit for the tackle for the Red Devils, and we'll check their defense right now. Kevin Sherry and Arturo Atkins are the ends. The nose guard is Minicozy, and Amala is the defensive tackle. Sherry with 4 sacks on the season. Ted Aroldi, Jake Myers, and Pat Schlecker are the linebackers. Myers tops the team with 62 stops. Matt Butts and Brian Latarocca are the safeties. Jason Dones and Mark Manganero are the starting cornerbacks. One of the Red Devils shaken up on the far side of the field at the 30-yard line, near where one of the flags was thrown. 2 flags were thrown on the play. So holding against the Terror as we suspected. And they'll mark it from the spot of the foul, which will put the football back at their 12-yard line.
So McDaniel's initial possession, they ran a 5-play, 75-yard drive that was culminated by a 62-yard catch and run by Tayod Campbell. This time they're starting back at their own 12 due to the hold on that punt return.
5:39 to play in the first quarter. 15-7 is the score. The Red Devils with an 8-point lead. The Green Terror, a catch and run by Tayod Campbell of 62 yards. The lone McDaniel score so far. First play from scrimmage resulted in a Red Devil touchdown, a pass of 75 yards. The ensuing kickoff landed and kind of died at the 30-yard line. McDaniel unable to recover. The Red Devils got the football back, and they were able to score quickly. And then the Green Terror with their touchdown. One of the Red Devils shaken up is being carried off the field. You hate to see that. Pat Harchick, a sophomore linebacker, apparently a lower body injury, and 2 of his teammates carrying him to the near sideline.
Yeah, some leg issues. Hard to tell. Looks like a right ankle would be my guess.
McDaniel back on offense. Will Kester and company. Kester from the gun. Campbell gets the carry. Campbell along the left hash, takes a couple of people with him, crosses the 15, is dropped at the 18-yard line, close to the 19. Red Devil tackle by Ned Amola.
So McDaniel having some success running the ball. Campbell is the only running back that we've seen at this point.
7 yards on the play, 2nd and 3 from the gun. Campbell again, left side, bounces off a would-be tackler and is brought down near the 22-yard line, which is where he had to get to the first down marker. And they will move the chains.
So McDaniel's 3rd first down of this quarter. Certainly you recorded as a first down on that long touchdown pass since they crossed the stick.
Oliveto to the right. Baylor to the left. On first down from the McDaniel 22-yard line. Kester rolls out to his right. Has time. Now throws long. Going down the far sideline, and communication issues here as the pass is well overthrown. He and Montgomery not on the same page. It'll be 2nd down.
And not in the same ballpark.
That was thrown to Kauffman Stadium in Kansas City, and Montgomery was staying at Oriole Park.
Just, yeah. 2nd and 10.
He was stopping as if it might have been an out pattern, and it was thrown as a fly pattern by the quarterback, so the two not on the same page. From the gun, Kester, play action, throws near side. Pass is caught by Baylor. Baylor across the 30, takes 2 people with him, is pushed out of bounds near the 35. That's good for about 13 yards, and another McDaniel first down. Bamasa Baylor looking to get some more touches, his 14th catch of the season.
So Kester 3 out of 4 to start the game. Certainly his 3 completions were covered short distances in the air. The touchdown after the long run.
Swing pass the other way to Oliveto. Oliveto out of bounds across the 40 at the 41-yard line. That's good for 6 yards for the quad captain. Oliveto with 38 catches and 1 touchdown entering today.
So McDaniel throwing the quick screens to the outside and have been able to get some yardage on the run afterwards. Second and about 5 here, maybe 4.
From the 41, Kester rolls out to the left side. His pass is overthrown at the Dickinson 45-yard line. Marty Windish, local product from Carroll County, the intended receiver.
Yeah, Windish is a senior out of Manchester Valley, I believe, and catches the ball well.
9 catches, 95 yards, and 1 score this season. 3rd and 4 for the Terror from their own 41. 3:57 to go in the opening quarter. The Red Devils by 8. Kester throws, passes caught at the 48-yard line. Windish with the catch, and that's good for a Green Terror first down.
Nice to see McDaniel running a series of plays here. 6 plays, 7 plays, predominantly passes. 5 of them have been passes. 3 of those have been complete. 2 of them for first downs.
At the Green Terror 48, 2 running backs join Kester. He'll hand it off to Campbell. Campbell breaks a tackle, and he's up the middle and across the 40 to the 37-yard line of Dickinson. 15 yards on the play. Another fresh set of downs are coming.
So McDaniel with 4 first downs on this drive. They started on their own 12-yard line. They've crossed the 50. They're at the Red Devil 37-yard line.
2 running backs again with Kester. Campbell, the workhorse in this quarter, breaks a tackle, now hits a wall and takes a couple of people with him to the 34-yard line. Campbell very busy in this first quarter as Arturo Atkins made the latest tackle.
Yeah, we were talking before the ball game that McDaniel has pretty much done a running back by committee, a variety of running backs, and Campbell's been the only one that we've seen. It's not unusual for them to give a running back 2 series, and honestly, that's all they've had is 2 series with the ball.
2nd and 6 from the 34. Kester running out of time, looking to pass. He's dropped back at the Dickinson 40-yard line. 3-4 red jerseys coming through. Pat Schlecker led the way, and a loss on the play will bring up 3rd down and about 13.
Now, that time, certainly Kester was in the pocket and wasn't just going to throw it away, but just swarmed, couldn't find a receiver, trying to throw the ball deep, and was sacked before he had a time to find receivers down the field. So we got a 3rd and long here, 3rd and about 13.
Kester was not sacked a week ago. Looking to throw here, has time across the middle. He's got Windish. Drops the football at the 15-yard line. Windish had it briefly, but could not hold on.
And so many receivers guilty of trying to run with the ball before they catch it, and he thought that he had some room, was going to be able to gain some additional yardage. You need to know situation. You need to know that you're looking for that first down.
Lataraka was on the coverage, 4th and 13, and the punting team comes on led by Brett Haas, who has an average of 38 yards per punt this year, along of 59. We'll try and pooch it for the left corner. High spiraling punt. Bounces at about the 8 and is out of bounds inside the 5. Well done by Brett Haas and the coverage team, as this will back up the Red Devils at their own 3-yard line.
So this ball game that started with a scoring fury, just 3 touchdowns in virtually no time off the clock, as now had 2 punts traded back and forth. McDaniel was able to take their punt at the 12-yard line and march down the field, turn the field around. The Red Devils now starting at their own 3.
Berger under center. Green Terror stacking about 7 in the box. And they'll keep the football on the ground deep in their own territory. Sulis, the ball carrier. Helmet comes off, so he'll have to come off for a play.
So an opportunity for the Terror defense here to make a statement. If they can force a 3 and out and then create a short field for the offense, we can be right back to quite a ball game.
2nd down and 9 from the 4. Red Devils with the liberal substitutions. Jake Walbert back into the game. Malcolm Davis comes in as well. Madden's in the backfield with Berger. It's Madden Off the left side, Madden tripped up and brought down near the 9. Red Devils still shy of the first down. We'll face now a third down, and we'll call it 4.
And certainly a 3rd and 4, we would, coming into the day, I would have said this is still a run situation, but we've seen Berger throw the ball effectively against the Terror defense, so you've got to go ahead and play this honest.
Dickinson's third down conversion this year, 29%. They're outscored on average this year, 28-18, looking for their 3rd victory of the season. Third down, just shy of their own 10. The toss, fake toss. They'll give it up the middle instead to Zulis, and he is stopped at the 11-yard line. That will be short of the first down. So now the Red Devils punt team will come out facing 4th down and a short 3.
Always anxious to see what McDaniel does with their punt return. They're running the single back, and Chris Inge back to field this punt, and that should be the end of the first quarter.
13 seconds, 12 seconds. Dickinson will come down to the other side of the field as there's more time on the play clock versus the game clock, and the Red Devils will have a 15-7 lead after 1 quarter and forced to punt from deep in their own territory to start off the second quarter. If you want to be part of the vibrant McDaniel College community, schedule a visit and don't forget to apply early. For early action deadlines of November 1st and December 1st are quickly approaching. Call the admissions office at 800-638-5005 and be connected to your personal admissions counselor. At McDaniel, you can expect the exceptional. Reminder that our halftime show will feature an interview with Maggie Quinn of the women's soccer team. We're off to an outstanding start and getting ready for their conference playoffs. I believe 11-0-2 is the mark after a 0-0 tie with Gettysburg this week.
Now, I wonder if that second tie is going to push them into second place, which will probably push the tournament from home.
That's a good point. And we'll listen to what Maggie has to say at halftime, as her team is having an outstanding season.
Yeah, it's tough to be undefeated and not ranked first in your conference.
That's brutal.
Okay, so Inge, the lone return man, critical that he catch this ball in the air.
High, he punts it from his own end zone. It's off to the right side of the football field, takes a big Dickinson bounce. Everybody lets it go, and it comes to rest all the way back at the 33-yard line.
That ball hit on about the 45. So 17-5, about 22 yards after it hits the ground. You have to field punts. Fielding punts is a huge part of the game.
57 yards on the punt for High. His season high is 61, or a season long, and an outstanding punt with that huge bounce. And as John said, the Green Terror could not field it, and it cost them a bunch of yardage. And they'll start this next possession from their 33, now working left to right as we start the second quarter from scrimmage. Campbell, the ball carrier, inside the left hash. He is brought down near the 37.
And we had anticipated Campbell running 2 series and then seeing one of the other running backs, and there is a substitution at running back right now. Looks like number 27. Now, am I reading that wrong? Is Campbell still in?
Yeah, well, it's right now it's going to be the second back, Stefanelli. On second down, a swing pass is caught by Oliveto, and Oliveto has the first down to the McDaniel 45-yard line. Brought down by Teddy Erodi, but Oliveto with his 40th catch of the season, and the Green Terror will move the chains and have the ball at their own 45.
Nice to see the sticks moving. Again, the short passing game's been effective for McDaniel.
Kester from the gun. They'll run the football this time. It bounced out to the left for Matt Cathy, and Cathy picks up a yard, maybe 2. Cathy will see his share of touches today as well. He has a couple of touchdowns this year. That time picked up 1 yard. Jake Myers giving credit for the tackle. Second down and 9, McDaniel at the McDaniel 46. 15-7 Dickinson, 13:33 clock running in the second quarter. Kester from the gun. Now will run with the football to his left across the 50 toward the far sideline and chased out near the 47-yard line into Dickinson territory. Jason Dones making the stop.
Now with Will Kester, short career, that's the first time we've seen a called play for him to run the ball. I don't recall him running the ball at all last week. And a little bit short of the first down, so we've got 3rd and about 3. And an important first down here, an important 3rd down to get the first down.
At the 47, 3rd and short. Campbell, the ball carrier, left side, has that first down. He's brought down near the 42-yard line. And again, a fresh set of downs for the Terror.
So looking back at the possessions, McDaniel's first possession, they managed 2 first downs. Their second, there were 4 first downs. Now they're 2 first downs. So the offense is being pretty consistent here. But starting at their own 33 instead of Red Devil 45 does make a difference.
Right now at the Red Devil 43 with the 1st and 10. Kester takes the snap in the shotgun formation, looking right, throws. The pass is broken up, and a flag comes in. Appears to be defensive pass interference as Teddy Aroldi got there a little quickly, covering Mike Oliveto, the intended receiver.
You know, the defensive back did a nice job with the right hand out on the ball, but the left hand certainly appeared to be in the back of Oliveto.
Well, defensive holding is the call, so apparently contact before the pass was thrown. And that's 10 yards and a first down. It's actually probably better than pass interference from where the ball was thrown. Although if the contact was made as the ball arrived, it should have been pass interference.
McDaniel,
which is 15 yards on the college level.
Yes.
And they're going to mark the football down to the 32-yard line. So the holding signal was given, but I believe it's pass interference because they give him 15 yards. And the Green Terror, when all is said and done, had the football at the Red Devil 32.
And their 3rd first down in this series, and the ball flipped from their own 33 down now to the Red Devil 32.
McDaniel on the move, trailing by 8 here in the second quarter. Campbell gets the handoff, and Campbell has nowhere to go. Almost picked up a block from his quarterback as nothing but red shirts and red jerseys were coming. Kevin Sherry came through to lead the way. Officially no gain on the play.
Now Campbell started just left of center, felt a lot of pressure, and you can often just bend that on a 45 back to the right. Well, he tried to bend it on a 90 and move laterally. The defenders found him pretty quickly. He's fortunate he didn't lose yardage. 2nd and 10.
Oliveto comes to the near side in the slot. Montgomery wide right. Baylor wide left. Campbell in the backfield with Kester. On 2nd and 10, Kester back to throw. Throws near side. Hangs up the pass, and it's incomplete. Intended for Montgomery. On the coverage was Mark Maganero, who was able to get his hands on the ball as that ball was kind of just thrown up for grabs.
Yeah, that one was, you used the metaphor. Dying quail, lame duck, up for grabs. Very fortunate it wasn't intercepted. Very fortunate it was not pass interference against McDaniel.
Yeah, Maganero was pleading for the call but didn't get it. And the play results in 3rd and 10 at the Dickinson, just shy of the Dickinson 32.
Right, 32 yards. Let me do a little math. 42-49 would be an attempted field goal from that position.
Here's a pass from Kester, and the pass is intercepted by the Red Devils at the 22-yard line. Had to wait and see if he was able to haul it in, and indeed he did. Teddy Aroldi, a senior defensive back, with the pick, and the Green Terror turned the ball over for the 2nd time today as the Red Devils will take over from their own 23.
So you can't afford to turn the ball over when you're 0-6, and the zero play on the first run on that particular set of downs hurt them.
This time a traditional I set for Berger and company. He'll toss it back to Madden. Madden right side has a huge seam. 40, 50, 40, 30, and brought down at the 25-yard line by Chris Inge as Cedric Madden had nothing but green turf and a huge play from scrimmage for the Red Devils.
And that just completely turns the field. They go from their own 23 down to what appears to be the McDaniel 25. So just up the right sideline. I give credit to the McDaniel D-backs. When they saw him, they picked a good angle, were able to intersect him at the sideline and take him down to avoid the 77-yard touchdown run.
52 yards on the play at the McDaniel 25. Again, an eye set here with Berger under center. Fake toss left. He wants to throw. Goes across the middle. The pass is overthrown. Intended for Jake Molesky. Chris Inge was on the coverage.
So that ball was overthrown. Had it been on target, I think it probably would have been a reception. But Inge a little bit too far to the outside, but falls incomplete, and the Red Devils are faced with 2nd and 10.
Yeah, I agree. A better throw. I think that's a completion. Molesky had some space. So 2nd down and 10. Molesky this time comes wide left, and James Ward is in the left slot. From the shotgun, swing pass left side, caught by Schutte, and Schutte's brought down at the 21-yard line. It'll be well short of the first down. And the Green Terror tackler was 51, Eddie Kendall. I got him for 4 stops today so far.
So what kind of a field goal kicker do the Red Devils have?
Stephen Walker this year is 2 of 3, his long is 35 yards.
All right, so they're at the 22-yard line right now, 22-32. That would be a 39-yard attempt, which is probably out of his range. So if they don't get the first down, they're likely to go for it on 4th down.
Timeouts taken here by the Red Devils. Dickinson spends their first timeout with 10:21 to go in the second quarter. A 15-7 Dickinson lead. Green Terror with 3 games remaining after today. They'll be home next week against Juniata. Halloween Saturday. 1 o'clock kickoff next week from Kenneth R. Gill Stadium. In 2 weeks, they'll be at Susquehanna for a 1 o'clock kickoff on November 7th. And they'll finish up the 2015 campaign with a home game, their traditional Game 10, Johns Hopkins from Baltimore. That game to be played in Westminster on November 14th at noon. The Blue Jays unbeaten. Right now 6-0, 5-0 in the conference. They're ranked 10th in Division III. They have a 1-game lead on F&M, Gettysburg, and Moravian in the conference. Muhlenberg is next at 3-2. Then the Red Devils at 2-3. Juniata, Susquehanna, and Ursinus all at 1-4 in conference play. Keeper by Berger, and Berger inside the 15 down to the 12-yard line. That's good for a Red Devil first down as Dickinson threatening to score once again inside the red zone.
Yeah, a called quarterback keeper all the way. He stands up, opens to his right like he's going to throw the quick screen pass. The defense just moves, and Berger turns, runs the ball right up the gut. Easy first down.
At the Green Terror 13. Wide right are Ward and Overhog. Overhog in the slot. Eye set with Berger under center. Toss to Madden, left side. Madden stutter step, shakes a tackler, and he gets into the end zone for a touchdown. Chris Madden, 13 yards. Or Cedric Madden, I beg your pardon. His 3rd touchdown of the season, and the Red Devils have a 21-7 lead.
I'm just sure it wasn't John Madden.
Give me some time. I'll call him John at least once today. 3rd touchdown for the Red Devils. As Walker comes on for the extra point. Snap, spot, and kick. It's away, and the kick is good. And Dickinson has a 22-7 lead with 9:55 to play in the first half.
So the touchdown drive, 5 plays, covers 77 yards, and I'm still subtracting to figure out how much time. Looks like 2 minutes and 45 seconds.
My radio days, it's all about time, back timing. Yeah, the Red Devils finding the end zone 3 times today. They're averaging 18 points a game. They've put up 22 already.
That was only 145, but it's still 5 plays and 77 yards. And most of the damage done on that first play from scrimmage, the run to the right side. McDaniel was fortunate to stop that from going to the house, but couldn't find an answer to first Berger as he got the first down, and then Madden as he takes it into the end zone. So they fall behind by 2 scores again.
Dickinson this year, 309 yards per game in total offense. That's last in the conference, but putting up some numbers today on some big plays. And the ensuing kickoff is into and out of the end zone. Finley Smith lets it go, and the Green Terror will have the touchback. This will come out to the 25-yard line. Again, McDaniel left to right in this second quarter, now trailing by 15.
So McDaniel's possessed the ball 3 times. Their first possession, they did go 75 yards for the score. Their second possession, they managed 4 first downs, punted the ball. Their third possession, their most recent possession, a 9-play possession, 3 first downs, but threw the interception to turn the ball over.
From the gun, they keep it on the ground in the first play from scrimmage here. The ball carrier is Matt Cathy, the freshman. A lot of young skill players on the Green Terror offense. All 3 who scored a touchdown last week were sophomores. Cathy, a freshman, picks up 2.
2nd and 8, McDaniel.
This time 2 wides coming to the near side, including Montgomery and Oliveto in the slot. Kester from the gun. Play action. Looks to his right, has Oliveto on a screen across the 30. He's popped and dropped at about the 33, now 35-yard line as Mark Manganero made the tackle.
Good to see the Oliveto, when he's going to get hit, he goes ahead and delivers a blow, and that's important because if he cowers a little bit, tries to find some way to run around, he does not pick up that first down, but by the big effort, does move the sticks.
First down from the 35. Checking the clock, we're still at the 9-minute mark in the second quarter. Kester from the gun, a flag is thrown on the snap. The ball carrier is Cathy.
So Cathy, a nice run, a spinning move there. Picks up about 4, but it's going to take the penalty instead. Much rather have 1st and 5 instead of 2nd and 6.
Movement at the line of scrimmage appears to be offsides against Dickinson, or a formation penalty, but there was movement. Still discussing things are 2 of the officials. Offsides is indeed the Dickinson penalty. And as Jod said, simple math, 1st and 5 at the 40.
Yeah, 1st and 5 beats 2nd and 6 in a variety of ways.
Even I'm smart enough to realize that.
Yeah.
Kester from the gun has 2 wide receivers to his right. Windish is wide left. Actually, 2 wide outs both ways. Here's a pass on 2nd down, overthrown Oliveto, the intended receiver. On the coverage was Manganero and 53, Ned Amola.
Now, McDaniel's been fairly effective on their swing passes. I'd like to see them drop back, look to the swing, and then have somebody break into a short zone beyond that and complete the pass there.
Baylor and Oliveto to the left. Oliveto showing some motion. They run the ball to Cathy. Football comes out. Dickinson claims they have it, as Cathy may have coughed it up, and it is a fumble recovery by Dickinson. The 3rd Green Terror turnover, and the Red Devils come up with the football. It may have been El Rodi again who fell on it. He was around it, along with Pat Schlecker.
You can't afford to give the ball away 3 times. You're down by 15, and offensively you've played reasonably well. Defensively you've played reasonably well, but you give away short fields, you give them possessions they shouldn't have, and it's going to be a long afternoon.
Trips to the left for Berger and company on 1st down. Play action. Berger running out of time, now flush from the pocket. He'll keep it. Dodges one would-be tackler. Gets across the 30. Makes a nice run here of 8, maybe 9 yards. Tackled on the far side of the field.
I'm surprised considering how often Berger keeps the ball, carries it in play where it's predetermined that when things didn't open up that he didn't just tuck it and run. He would have had some yardage up the right sideline, but continued to look for the pass, still picked up 7 or 8.
So 2nd down and 2 for the Red Devils after the Berger effort. Now Madden gets the handoff off the right side, and now he cuts to his left. He may be about a yard shy of the first down, depending on the spot. Cedric Madden, who's had a busy day, he'll be about a yard and a half shy of that first down marker.
So the Red Devils have had 6 different possessions. 2 of them have started on the positive side of the 50-yard line. Their second possession started on the 30 when McDaniel muffed the kickoff. This possession starting on the 36 after the fumble on the run. So twice they've had short fields and put a lot of pressure on the defense.
3rd and short for Dickinson. Madden gets the carry, now bounces out to his left, has the first down as he's brought down at about the 21-yard line of McDaniel, tackled from behind by Angelo Payne, who is starting today in place of the injured Garrett Deal.
So 3 runs, but they result in the first down. The big run was Berger's improvised when he couldn't find anybody open, picks up most of the yardage. McDaniel plays decent on second down, but then can't find the closer to take down the running back and force the punting situation.
1st and 10 at the 21, a play action. They throw the football, and unable to come up with it near the 1-yard line was Chris Zulis. Zulis, the intended receiver.
You're kind. Unable to come up with it translates to
He dropped the football.
Dropped on about the 2-yard line as he's going into the end zone.
And trying to run with the football before looking it in.
Yep.
And a break for McDaniel.
You know, you're a receiver. Receive the ball. After you've received it and you've got it tucked away, then you become a runner. But make sure you take care of your assignment, and that's catching the ball.
I dropped so many back in the day. I was always trying to be kind, but doesn't always work out. Here's Madden on second down. Hits a wall, and it's dropped at the line of scrimmage. Maybe a loss of 1. A huge tackle there.
No, I think Berger kept it.
Dwayne Lucas, yeah, you're exactly right. It had me faked out. Lucas was able to wrap up Madden, but it was Berger faking everybody out. Berger picks up about 3.
You know, I've been impressed with Berger. He's handed off well. He's thrown the ball well, but most importantly, he fakes well. And when you do that, you're not sure where the ball's going. You can't bring 9 to the ball. You have to limit where you're going to go to make sure you have somebody to cover the quarterback.
3rd and 7. The pass is caught at the 9-yard line as he zips the pass in. And Jake Walbert makes the catch, freshman to freshman. And 1st and goal for Dickinson at the 8-yard line.
I'll tell you what, the way Berger's impressed me, this team is going to get better. You've got a freshman quarterback able to do what he's been doing today.
Very, very impressive. A lot of poise for a young man and able to improvise, as John mentioned. 1st and goal, the Red Devils knocking on the door, 5:35 before halftime. Madden joins him in the backfield. Madden gets the handoff, goes out to his left and gets about, well, he stopped at the 10. It's going to be a loss on the play as the Green Terrors defense able to respond. Matt Quattrone was the leading tackler.
Now, that time the fake was not as effective. Berger went ahead and handed the ball off and tried to make it look like he had it and expected the defense to follow him. He doesn't, and the Terrors able to drop him for a short loss.
2nd and goal from the 9. Molesky goes wide right, Overhog in the slot, eye set behind the quarterback, the toss back to Madden. He goes left side across the 10 and is down at the 6-yard line. 3rd and goal now facing the Red Devils.
So McDaniel in an almost must-stop situation here, down by 15. If they can stop him here and force the field goal attempt, 15 sure beats being down by 22.
Joey Betts, another freshman, making that last tackle. Officially 3rd and goal at the 6. Walbert comes wide to the left. Berger works from the gun. Takes the snap, looks left, throws for Madden. Madden at the 5 is ankle tackled right there as the Green Terrors defense able to respond in man coverage. Matt Quattrone makes a big play in the open field.
Yeah, one-on-one, Quattrone goes to the midsection, drops the ankles, and there's no yardage after the catch there at all. And the Red Devils lining up for a field goal.
Stephen Walker, the field goal kicker. 2 of 3 on the season. This will be a 22-yard effort from the left hash. Snap. Another
Snap,
bad
not
snap.
good.
It's a keeper by the holder, and he's out of bounds at the 3-yard line. James Ward able to score on a similar play earlier on a conversion. This time cannot score on a botched snap, and McDaniel will take over on downs.
Now, what's the field position? Where the ball goes out of bounds?
Should be at the 3.
Yeah, that's
The officials aren't sure. They're talking about it. McDaniel will have the football at their 3-yard line.
if that field goal misses as a kick, it comes out to the 20.
Correct.
But it misses as a
It's a play from scrimmage, basically.
yep.
So
So McDaniel in bad field position on their own 3 with 3:38 left to go in the half.
Kester from his end zone. They'll run the ball to Campbell, and Campbell will get some breathing room and then some out to the 10. That's good for 7 yards.
And I'm not surprised to see Campbell back in there. It's unfortunate that the running back had the fumble on the last series, but Campbell's been effective, and has had a hot hand. You're going to stick with him for a while here.
2nd down and 3 at the 10. Kester from the gun. Another running play to Campbell. Campbell along the right hash is brought down at the 14. That'll be good enough for a Green Terror first down. So the Green Terror get the breathing room and move the chains.
Again, every single possession, McDaniel has managed to get at least one first down.
4 yards for Campbell.
And that consistency is important to him. But, 97 yards from where they started, it's a long way to go.
Montgomery wide right. Kester looking to throw. Goes across the middle. The pass is caught for a short gain at the 18. On the catch for the Terror was Taylor Wagner, a sophomore tight end who caught a touchdown last week.
Keeping an eye on the clock. We're at 2:30 left to go in the half. McDaniel on their own 19, so 81 yards away from potential score.
5 yards on the play. 2nd down and 5. Campbell shows some motion on the option. He gets the toss left side. The Red Devils read it, and he's brought down for a loss.
And just broken up badly.
Ned Amala, the leading tackler. The Terror have 3 timeouts. We're at the 2-minute mark in the second quarter.
Timeouts aren't what they're interested in. They need a first down.
They got to get better field position if they have to punt as well.
Yes.
Because the Red Devils have 2 timeouts left. Timeouts more important to them. McDaniel in no hurry.
16 seconds left to go on the play clock.
3rd down and 8. Back at the 17. Kester from the gun. Looking left. Throws. Look out for Baylor. And the pass is complete.
All
We'll have to
right.
wait for the sign, but it is a completion and a Green Terror first down. And they'll spot the football at the McDaniel 27, make that 26-yard line. Bamasa Baylor with the first down catch.
Now they can go to a 2-minute offense and see if they can work the ball down the field here. Until that play, they were just hoping to get out of the half without giving up more points.
2 timeouts and 90 seconds. Kester rolling out to his right, fires, a flag is
Holding
thrown.
on offense.
Montgomery makes the catch at the
It's coming
41-yard
back.
line. 15 yards on the play, but Laundry on the field back at the 18.
Yeah, 7 yards deep in the offensive backfield is going to be the hold.
And that is the call officially now, holding on the Green Terror offense. So instead of a completion to Montgomery, this will be marked off, and we'll put the Green Terror inside their 20-yard line. Clock stopped at the moment with 1:23 on the clock.
So that changes the situation a little bit again. You can afford to go ahead with his first down, try to get some big yardage.
Trips to the right. Kester will keep the football, runs to his left, and is brought down at the 21-yard line. Still behind what was the original line of scrimmage on this series after the first down.
A good call when you see a man-to-man defense and you know that the defensive backs are likely to turn their back to you and just retreat. the quarterback often has room to carry the ball.
2nd down and 14. Kester back to throw. Looks to his right. Now goes across the middle for Windish, and the pass is incomplete. Roldy was in the area on the coverage. That brings up 3rd and 14 with 49 seconds on the second quarter clock.
I think I run the ball here. Okay, I give up on trying to score, and I'm going to take as much time off the clock, at least force them to use one more of their timeouts. And you do that by running the ball.
Maggie Quinn, the featured guest on the halftime interview. 2nd down and 14. Here's a pass broken up at the line of scrimmage. It falls incomplete. So Dickinson will have 45 seconds to possibly work with here, and their 2 timeouts.
So 8 plays in that series, but only 1 first down. The holding call on the offensive line was the big play that took them out of a nice possession, out of a nice reception, and instead gave them a first and about 20 that they were never able to overcome.
Brett Haas in punt formation for the Terror. James Ward back to return at about his 44. The Red Devils could get some good field position here. Here's the Haas punt. It's an end-over-end punt off to the left side of the field, and Ward will just fall on the football at his own 47. So the Red Devils with 2 timeouts, 38 seconds, will have the football at their own 48-yard line.
Now, McDaniel will get the ball to start the half. So with 38 seconds, you can expect the Red Devils to go for it. They're not going to take a knee. 15-point lead. They want to see if they can extend that.
Absolutely. And the timeouts remaining 2 for Dickinson, and what's kind of moot right now, 3 actually for McDaniel. And the Red Devils with the football close to midfield. Berger from the gun, joined by Madden in the backfield, trips to his left. Play action. Pass is caught. And a breaking tackle here, and more yardage for Anders Overhaug. Overhaug has the first down in the Green Terror territory. And they'll be at the inside the 30-yard line at the 27.
You know, football certainly changed over the years. There was a time when defenders always wrapped somebody up and tried to tackle. At the time, there was an attempt to block the receiver down, and he drops his shoulders, and they just bounce off each other, and he goes another 10 yards down the field before he's tackled.
Overhaug's numbers this year, 70 carries, 357 yards rushing, and 5 touchdowns, 12 receptions for 111 yards as well. And Overhaug able to break a couple of tackles and pick up a first down at the McDaniel 27. The Red Devils spend their second timeout. 32 seconds remaining. And right now it would be over a 40-yard field goal attempt, so still out of range there, but the Red Devils looking for more.
Yeah, 32 seconds left to go on the clock. Time is a factor. At 32 seconds, they do have two timeouts left.
Same offensive set. Now a keeper by Berger. Berger dropped after a short gain, hit quickly by Claude Michael Richardson. And 22, 21, 20 seconds. They go into the hurry-up offense without the huddle. Berger receives the snap. Play action. Looking to his left. Fires down inside the 10. Pass is caught by Jake Molesky. Molesky, though, tripped up at the 2 or just lost his footing. I thought he was going to score.
They've got 2 timeouts. I don't know why they're hurrying like this.
10 seconds. 1 timeout, actually. Berger fakes the spot or the spike of the football. A flag is thrown in the end zone. The pass is caught for now by Walbert for a Red Devil touchdown. He faked as if he was going to spike it a la Dan Marino many years ago and finds Walbert in the far corner of the end zone, and this one should stand.
Yeah, they've already signaled pass interference defense. It's on the board.
Wow. Pass interference on the Terror, of course, is declined. Touchdown, Red Devils. They have a 28-7 lead with 5.5 seconds to go in the first half.
4 plays, 52 yards, and not many seconds. 42 seconds.
Walker for the extra point. It's away, and the kick is good. James Ward, the holder. 29-7 Red Devils. Again, a team that's averaging 18 points a game, 309 yards of offense per game, has found the end zone on 4 occasions today, aided by big plays from scrimmage, a few turnovers, and some good field position. Turnovers.
Indeed. Big plays. Two big plays before McDaniel ever touched the ball offensively. The first play from scrimmage, that's the 75-yard touchdown pass, and then the muffed kickoff, that's a turnover. And those plays result in 14 points, actually in 15 points, because of the extra point that is run in when the snap is botched. But regardless of how we got there, we're down 29-7.
The Walker kickoff taken by Finley Smith. Finley Smith up the right hash across the 20, dropped it about the 21-yard line. That will conclude the first half. And the Red Devils, with a 29-7 lead on McDaniel College, finding the end zone on 4 occasions. Tayod Campbell, the lone touchdown on a catch and run from Kester, the lone score for McDaniel. So the Green Terror with a lot of work to do here in the second half. We'll take a break here and come back with a few thoughts and then head to Luke Stilson and his interview with women's soccer senior Maggie Quinn. All that and all the stats and so forth coming up here from Carlisle. Halftime at Dickinson College. It's Dickinson 29, McDaniel 7.
Do you know what the McDaniel College community calls the youngest person ever to argue before the Supreme Court? A news anchor and TV host, a wildlife conservationist, cutting-edge biomedical researcher, video game designer, Hollywood producer, best-selling author, and winners of an Emmy and a Pulitzer Prize? We call them alumni. No wonder our alumni achieve greatness. A top-tier liberal arts college that changes lives, McDaniel College offers each student a customized and personal liberal arts education supported by faculty-staff collaboration with leadership and service opportunities. McDaniel is a best bang for the buck, according to Washington Monthly, and recognized as the best value by Kiplinger's Personal Finance. Come see for yourself. Check out McLive, our online calendar at mcdaniel.edu for upcoming events, performances, exhibitions, lectures, and more that are free and open to the public. Again, to learn more, visit mcdaniel.edu or call 410-857-2230 to schedule a campus visit.
Brian McLean and John Seaman back at Dickinson College in Carlisle, where the Red Devils have a 29-7 lead at the break. We've talked about it a lot, John, but the first play from scrimmage set the tone, and a lot of time left at that point, obviously. But the Green Terror gave up 2 quick scores to start off the game. Within a couple of minutes, the Red Devils found the end zone twice, and it's just been hard to overcome that hurdle that was established early.
Yeah, just looking at possessions and turnovers, McDaniel possessed the ball 5 times. They do get the 1 touchdown. They punt twice, but they turn the ball over offensively twice, the interception and the fumble. But the big play, the 2 big plays that just have to just stick with you is the muffed kickoff and the initial play from scrimmage, where the 75-yard touchdown pass, Berger completes that, and the receiver goes in untouched. And then immediately after that, the muffed kickoff, and then it takes 8 plays, 30 yards, 4 minutes to go, those 8 plays, but McDaniel's down 15-0 before they've touched the ball. Offensively, they haven't played poorly. The defensively, they haven't played poorly, but you can't give a team short fields. I was surprised on McDaniel's last possession that they weren't just satisfied, let's get out of the half. We know we're going to get the ball to start the second half. And, go in down 15 points instead of 22.
I'm talking about how many timeouts they have left and so forth. Maybe I have the same mindset as well, maybe being too greedy. Be conservative there, get your first down, run out the clock, and you make a great point. It's a 2-score game instead of a 3-score game.
It's a 2-score game, and you know that you're getting possession. If you've got a play that you think is going to work, you want to use it when you have some time left to go ahead and make it work. If you use it in the last 40 seconds and you end up 20 yards short, you've played your best card and the game's over. But last week we saw McDaniel come back strong in the second half. If there has ever been a possession that is going to be critical to them, it's going to be their first offensive possession to start the second half.
Dickinson 29, McDaniel 7 at the break. And coming up next, Sports Information Director Luke Stilson spending some time with Maggie Quinn. Maggie's soccer team having an outstanding season, 11-0-2. She's a senior, and we'll join them right now.
Welcome back to the Green and Gold Halftime Show. Halftime of Dickinson and McDaniel. Sports Information Director Luke Stilson joined this week by a pair of women's soccer players, with seniors Maggie Quinn and Chloe Allen Gorman. Ladies, thanks for the time. Let's start talking. Maggie, let's start with you. Let's talk a little about the offense this year. You guys, those who have followed a little bit, you guys are 13-0-2 right now going into today's game. You guys playing Haverford this afternoon. Talk a little bit about just kind of what you've seen this year and the great season you guys have been having.
Yeah, I mean, we're really happy to still be undefeated. It's always great to have like a winning season. A lot of the freshmen have impacted our team this year. We've got a lot more speed up top with Kirsten, and we've got a lot of
Chloe, what have you seen from your side of you on the back side of the defensive end? What have you seen from where you've been?
Great. We've been having a lot of shutouts, a lot of success limiting teams to just distant shots. We see Sarah and Haley have had a huge impact in goal handling what does get through. But our back line is incredibly organized and been doing a great job covering each other.
You guys, last week or so played a couple of the other top teams in the conference. Last week against Swarthmore, both of you guys came into that game last week undefeated, and then both of you left the game undefeated with the tie last week, and then you guys play into a scoreless draw Wednesday night at Gettysburg. Let's talk about the last week or so and kind of shifting into probably the most difficult stretch of your schedule. Chloe, start with you, and then Maggie, your thoughts.
I mean, those are the kind of games you live for. You dream of being undefeated and going in against another team undefeated who is been nationally ranked for some time now. It's exciting, especially as a defender. It's always a good battle. Yeah, it's harder, but it gets us ready for playoffs, so it's good.
Maggie, your thoughts on how the last week has been from up front?
Well, of course, we've wanted the win for both games, but we were happy to hold them and get the tie out of really great teams who are top ranked as well. So I don't know, we were really happy that we kept our undefeated season so far.
And you guys on last Saturday, you guys got out to the early lead, but then gave up that goal late. But then overtime, you guys both teams held strong and kind of getting out of there with a tie. And then Wednesday at Gettysburg, just a back and forth game. Both teams had chances, with both defenses came up big. Think about a couple of those chances you guys had, and then Chloe, you can talk a little bit about the chances they had, and you guys coming up big on the stops.
Yeah, we had really good chances, especially in both overtimes. I think we had 3 close goals, so it was really exciting and also disappointing that we couldn't quite get the goals in, but we just were working hard, so that's all that matters.
Probably one of the best defenses you guys have seen all year, right? Gettysburg, known for the goalkeeper's got now the career shutout record in the conference.
Yeah, it was one of the best defenses we faced. It was our first game that we couldn't score at all, so that shows how good of a defense they were. So,
Chloe, keeping them, they had a couple of chances, especially late in the game as well.
Yeah, I mean, for the first part, it was pretty good at keeping them just to distant shots. They're known for scoring big goals from far out, but I mean, with Sarah in goal, she's got it covered, and I trust her with everything back there. But we do hope the forwards now score, take some pressure off us.
You guys this afternoon going into your game with Haverford, another big game, obviously. Senior day for you too. Talk a little about you and your thoughts here as you go into senior day this afternoon.
I mean, well, it's crazy because when we first joined the team, it wasn't the strongest program, and it's been amazing to see how it's changed. Going into Haverford today and realizing we're able to beat them, and that we have that confidence is amazing. From going freshman year, maybe we'll get a goal or two, if we're lucky. And so it's been exciting.
Yeah, like Chloe was saying, I mean, our freshman year, we would have never thought that we even had a chance to win our conference. So it's really exciting. And also, we both have, even though it's sad that it's our senior day, we both have one more senior day left in the spring. So.
And you're the senior up front. You've got a couple. You're leaving the offense in pretty good hands with Nicole, who's been your leading scorer, and you got freshman Kirsten Gibson up there as well. So you're leaving the offense in pretty good hands, even though you're leaving.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, they're in great hands with Nicole, Kirsten, Katie, Paula, all our subs for forward. We just have a deep forward line now, and I mean, they're going to be awesome next year and the years to come.
You're the senior on the back line, Chloe, but again, you've got young goalkeepers and relatively young defensive line as well.
Yeah, I mean, our back line is pretty much set. We've got a variety of ages and experience in that line, especially with even the freshmen coming off the bench that already know the system and are just waiting for their moment. But no, it's been good, especially with our goalkeepers. So.
Maggie, you mentioned it's senior day for you guys for soccer, but you both still have a senior day left. So you got track coming again, and Maggie, you got lacrosse. Let's touch a little bit on track since you have the mic, Chloe. You're coming off soccer season now and go back to track. What you're kind of expecting from your senior season in track?
Hopefully back into ECACs for indoor and try to bring that school record down even more in the 1,000. Hopefully get some good relays in now that we have some more depth in that team as well. But just kind of have fun, leave a few more marks on the record book.
We'll get Chloe back with you in outdoor, and you guys can maybe make a trip together to nationals and compete together.
That's the goal, always.
Maggie, you got lacrosse coming in the spring. Talk a bit about how you're looking forward to lacrosse season.
Yeah, I mean, I've heard we've got some really good freshmen, a great goalie. So I don't know. Our goal is to make playoffs. So I can only hope for the best for my last season. So I'm really excited.
Ladies, final thoughts from you guys as you go into your final week of soccer season. You guys got Hopkins coming next week. You got the trip to Washington still, and then the postseason, obviously, around the corner after that. Your final thoughts as you go into your last week of the regular season for soccer.
It just is, it's crazy that it's almost over. And obviously, we're going to keep playing, try to get as many extra games in as possible. But, yeah, it's been an amazing ride.
All right, best of luck the rest of the way, ladies.
Thank you.
Chloe Allen Gorman and Maggie Quinn, my guests in the Green and Gold Halftime Show. We'll get you back to Brian and John. They'll set you up in the second half right here on McDanielAthletics.com.
Here's a news flash. McDaniel College is named a Best Bang for the Buck by Washington Monthly and a Best Value by Kiplinger's Personal Finance. That's in addition to a top-tier ranking by U.S. News, the academic version of the BCS football poll, and continuing inclusion among only 40 colleges nationwide known to change the lives of their students. How do we do that? McDaniel offers each student a customized and personal liberal arts education plus faculty-student collaboration, a true McDaniel tradition in the classroom, lab, studio, dining hall, and on every court and playing field on campus. McDaniel prepares students for successful lives of leadership, service, and social responsibility. Come see for yourself. Check out McLive, our online calendar at mcdaniel.edu for upcoming events, performances, exhibitions, lectures, and more that are free and open to the public. Again, to learn more, visit mcdaniel.edu or call 410-857-2230 to schedule a campus visit. Do you know what the McDaniel College community calls the youngest person ever to argue before the Supreme Court? A news anchor and TV host, a wildlife conservationist, cutting-edge biomedical researcher, video game designer, Hollywood producer, best-selling author, and winners of an Emmy and a Pulitzer Prize? We call them alumni. No wonder our alumni achieve greatness. A top-tier liberal arts college that changes lives, McDaniel College offers each student a customized and personal liberal arts education supported by faculty-staff collaboration with leadership and service opportunities. McDaniel is a best bang for the buck according to Washington Monthly and recognized as a best value by Kiplinger's Personal Finance. Come see for yourself. Check out McLive, our online calendar at mcdaniel.edu for upcoming events, performances, exhibitions, lectures, and more that are free and open to the public. Again, to learn more, visit mcdaniel.edu or call 410-857-2230 to schedule a campus visit.
And halftime here at Biddle Field on the campus of McDaniel College, Dickinson College in Carlisle, Pennsylvania. McDaniel and Dickinson here, and it's all Red Devils so far in the first half. 29-7. Dickinson is the lead through the first 30 minutes. Brian McLean and John Seaman on hand, and we'll give you some halftime statistics here. We were talking about some of the numbers entering today. The Red Devils averaging 309 yards per game in total offense this year. Well, they put up nearly that much in the first half alone. On the ground, 131. Through the air, 175. Total offense for the Red Devils, 306 points, or 306 yards. They were 6 of 9 on third down conversions, picked up 11 first downs, penalized 3 times for 26 yards, ran a total of 37 plays, averaging 8.3 yards per play. Time of possession just over 16 minutes, and their points off of turnovers, 15. For McDaniel College, total offense, 186 yards, 125 on the ground, 61 through the air. They had 13 first downs. They were 4 of 7 on third down conversions, penalized twice for 20 yards, ran a total of 36 plays, and averaged 5.2 yards per play. And time of possession, about 13 minutes. Turnovers, the big story. They committed 3 turnovers, and the Red Devils scored 15 points off those turnovers. Individual statistics for McDaniel. Will Kester was 8 of 16 passing, 61 yards, and 1 interception. On the ground, Tayod Campbell, 14 carries, 115 yards already. The big play, of course, 62 yards. That was a rush, considering it was a lateral on that pass. He had the 1 touchdown. Kester, 3 carries for 11 yards as well. Through the air, receiving, Bamasa Baylor, 2 catches for 23 yards. Mike Oliveto, 3 for 21. Marty Windish had 1 catch for 7 yards. Billy Atkins, 1 for 5. And Taylor Wagner, 1 for 5 as well. On the offensive side for Dickinson, Billy Berger, 11 of 14 for 175 and 3 touchdown passes on the ground. Cedric Madden, 94 yards on 12 carries and 1 score. Billy Berger, 7 carries, 33 yards. Chris Sulis, 2 yards on 2 carries. Receiving, Anders Overhaug, a big first half, 3 receptions for 116 yards and 1 touchdown. The 1 big play of 75 yards to start things from scrimmage. Jake Molesky, 1 catch for 22 yards. Jake Walbert, 3 for 18. Madden was credited with 3 catches for 16 yards, and Ryan Schutte had 1 catch for 3 yards. Those are your first half numbers from Dickinson. Dickinson 29, McDaniel 7. And some of the gaudy numbers stand out, John. We've made the point several times, but big plays from scrimmage. The Green Terror really forced to respond well here to show what they're made of to start this second half. We saw a good second half from them last week and forced to do it on the road again this week.
You know, one of the things I said, they needed to play a full game without being too harsh. That's not possible now. They can't play the full game in that they didn't show up in the first 2 minutes of the game. Allowing the initial play, I understand that one completely. It's here's a team that runs the ball. Let's go ahead and jam them. And the cat and mouse game, you got caught. You got caught in the big trap and the 75-yard touchdown pass. But the failure to field the kickoff, and later in the game, the failure to field a punt.
17 yards on a bounce, which is huge when it comes to field position.
And that particular possession, McDaniel probably gained 40 yards on that possession. Had they started at the 45, they'd have been in field goal range, if not been able to get into the end zone. When a game is going to be close, and we anticipated this game being close, special teams rise in importance, and you have to outplay your opponent on the specials. And McDaniel has not done that. Offensively, I'm not disappointed. Again, I didn't see a single 3 and out, and that's extremely positive. Tayod Campbell, I'm not sure I would have called that one a run, the long touchdown. I thought it was forward, but that's neither here nor there. He's been effective today. I think you're going to continue to see him throughout the second half. But this offensive possession, the field goal, the kickoff needs to be fielded in the air. It needs to be fielded with some forward momentum. Don't field it standing still. once you fielded it, don't look, run. Run as far and as fast as you can, and as you're running, you can look and find out where you're going to go. But run north and south. Make some things happen. Now, don't try to do more than you're capable of. And, every player has limits. There's no question about that. And you're not going to do more than you're capable of. And if you try it, you're going to make an error. But this possession is going to be a big deal. I've been talking. I didn't really watch the McDaniel team. I didn't see how they're carrying their shoulders, whether their heads are up or whether their heads are down. But we're going to figure that out in the next minute and 2 seconds when the kickoff comes, and we'll see where it goes.
A confident gait, hopefully, and that will translate to some success on the football field. Been real impressed with some of the young players for Dickinson. Billy Berger, their quarterback, has had a big first half. We mentioned his numbers as a freshman and some of the other players, too. He's a senior, Cedric Madden, with a huge first half on the ground. Yeah, and that's their bread and butter, but they've mixed up the pass with the run much more than we're used to seeing from them, and Berger's been pretty impressive.
Indeed. I've been pleased with the run game that I've seen out of McDaniel, and they're going to need to continue that. But, again, you're down 22 points. You pretty much anticipate the only way you can outscore somebody by 23, and that's the goal right now, is to outscore the Red Devils by 23 or more in the second half, is to make something special happen. That's going to either mean a special team, a defensive play, or success of big offensive plays. But let's start by fielding the kickoff. The wind seems to have died a little bit. The kickoffs in this direction have all gone into the end zone. But we're ready to go.
Stephen Walker to kick off here for Dickinson. The Green Terror will work from left to right here in this third quarter. A side-winding kickoff, and it goes into and out of the end zone, so another touchback. And this comes out to the 25 for the Terror. 29-7 Dickinson as we start the third quarter. Brian McLean, John Seaman here in Carlisle, home of the Dickinson Red Devils. And there was actually, I believe, a flag was thrown on that kickoff.
Okay, I didn't see it.
Unsportsmanlike conduct against McDaniel.
Oh, good. So we're going to start at the 12.5.
Wow. I saw a little extra block after the kick went into the end zone. I'm not sure. That's usually something of a personal foul nature. Maybe something was said. We don't know up here. But this will bring the football, as John said, back inside the 13-yard line. Half the distance. So the Green Terror are backed up near their own 12.
The only good news out of that is they start at 1st and 10 and not at 1st and 23.
Kester, the quarterback, 2 wide receivers. Now flags are thrown before the snap. This appears to be a false start called against McDaniel. That is the case. That'll back him up some more.
So not a play's been run. McDaniel's been penalized twice.
Back to the 7 as the field grows. Kester from the gun, 2 wide receivers to his right. Tayai Campbell is the ball carrier, and Campbell's progress is to the 10. Tackle made by Arturo Atkins, a sophomore defensive lineman.
So I can understand the need to establish a running game, and it's going to be important. But a first down is going to be critical here, starting at 1st and 15. Isn't going to help the situation.
2nd and 12, a pass to the near side is incomplete and intended for Montgomery. On the coverage was Mark Manganaro. It'll bring up 3rd down and long for McDaniel.
And again, seemed to be a misread between the quarterback and the receiver. The quarterback throws out, the receiver breaks in, and the ball sails past the receiver well outside of arm's reach.
3rd down and 13 from the 11-yard line. Kester from the gun. Receives the snap. Rolls out to his right. Looking down toward the sideline. Now cuts back and throws. It's intercepted near the hash. Picked off by Schlecker. Schlecker stays on his feet. Now he's dropped inside the 15-yard line. The pass thrown up. Schlecker was there for the pick. And this half has just been disaster so far for McDaniel. Schlecker's second interception, Kester's first thrown of the season.
So the Red Devil taking over from the positive 11. And certainly it's a 22-point deficit. Appears that it's going to grow. Kester made a bad decision that time. He's rolling to his right. When you roll to the right, you cut your field in half and try to throw the ball back across his body, back into the center of the field. And there's just always somebody you're not going to see.
On the I set, the give is to the up back, the fullback Sulis, and Sulis' progress is marked to the 9. The Red Devils can get a first down without scoring. Second down and 8 at the 9-yard line.
You know, I feel a little deflated right now. I know that the ball players do. Somehow they're going to have to reach inside and find something to go on here.
Berger on play action throws, and the pass is broken up and nearly picked at the 5-yard line. Fine defensive play by Matt Quattrone, one of the team captains, with the pass breakup. It results in third down and 8.
So Quattrone exactly where he needs to be in the passing lane. He elevates, bats the ball down. Some players do dive trying to make the interception. Certainly the batted ball's importance. Would have been nice to have seen that turnover. There's going to have to be a couple of turnovers in this ball game for McDaniel to get back in it, and they're going to have to be turnovers that go in McDaniel's favor.
Third and 8 from the 9. Rolling out to his left is Berger. Throws. He's got Madden, and Madden is hit, and the ball comes loose. It's an incomplete pass as he was popped at the 7-yard line. Well done by Jason Morgan, the sophomore.
Okay, Morgan, again, in position, hits Madden before he gets a chance to turn down, separates him from the ball, and we're going to line up for another field goal attempt. Now, twice between kickoff or extra points and field goals, there have been botched snaps, so you do need to be prepared for something here.
Walker to attempt a 26-yard field goal from the right hash. Snap, spot, and kick. The kick is away, and it's good. So Dickinson, it could have been worse. They tack on 3 more, and they lead 32-7 with 13:39 to play in the third quarter. Some intensity, a pass breakup. Ball dislodged on 2 fine defensive plays by Morgan and Quattrone.
And they were good, solid defensive plays. And, you know, if they had happened at the 30-yard line of the Red Devils instead of the 10-yard line of McDaniel, they would have resulted in, 3 and out and a punt. But you can't give up those turnovers. Okay, number 4.
Walker to kick off. The Green Terror, white jerseys, green pants. The White Sox today. The Red Devils, the red jerseys and white pants. Dickinson hosting the Green Terror this afternoon from Carlisle.
Now, every kickoff we've seen in this direction has been a touchback.
Walker lets it go. And this time there will be a return from the goal line. Finley Smith stays on his flag, and a flag is thrown. Finley Smith is across the 50, across the 40 to the Red Devil 37 on a fine return, but there's laundry on the field back at the McDaniel 27-yard line. Picked up a block, then an illegal block, and had a huge seam on the left side. As the Green Terror able to return the kickoff for the first time on this side of the field. And McDaniel commits the holding penalty. This one's going to come back.
So the flag was at about the 26-yard line, and we'll see where they snap it and put it ready for play. 13:30 left to go in the third quarter.
Marquise Finley Smith, a sophomore, wide receiver and special teams player, had a touchdown in last week's loss to Franklin and Marshall. We'll mark off the penalty from the spot of the foul. This will put the football back near the Green Terror 15-yard line. So Kester and company back on the field. Baylor wide left, 2 receivers to his right. The give is to Campbell. Campbell, the left halfback in this set. He picks up short yardage to the 19-yard line.
So one of the few times today, in fact, one of the few times this season that we've seen twin running backs bracketing the quarterback, and Campbell makes the carry, picks up a long 2, short 3. So 7 or 8 yards here to go for the first down.
From the 18, we'll call it 2nd and 7. 4 wides, 2 each way. The Red Devils showing blitz. Kester, and the pass is batted down, incomplete, as Yarodi was coming, and he might have got his hand on it as well. He was one of those showing blitz. And that results in 3rd down.
So 3rd and about 8. Certainly McDaniel, if they've got a play that they are confident it's going to pick up 8 yards, now's the time to pull it out.
Oliveto in the slot to the near side. Windish out there as well. Baylor wide to the left. Campbell joins Kester in the backfield. Kester from the gun. Has time, throws across the middle. It's batted up, and the pass is incomplete. That could have been disastrous. A couple of Red Devils were around, and Jake Myers given pursuit, but unable to come up with it. When all is said and done, it'll be 4th down and 7.
And for the second time today, the second time this quarter, McDaniel's going to go 3 and out. Their first 3 and out was the 3rd play was an interception. This one, 3 offensive plays, 2 yards, and now a punt.
Brett Hahn is 5. And a fair catch is called for and made at the McDaniel 48-yard line by James Ward. So the Red Devils will have a short field and good field position in Green Terror territory as they have a 32-7 lead with 12:45 to play in the 3rd quarter.
And certainly field position's a big part of the game. When you allow your opponent to start on the positive side of the 50, it puts a great deal of pressure on the defense.
Billy Berger from the gun. 2 wides to his left. Hands off to Madden. Madden has his seam. Cuts to his left across the 35 down the 33-yard line. Ball may have came out, but I think the Red Devils have retained possession. And they'll move the chains here. Madden recovered his own fumble. Has the football at the McDaniel 33. So 14 yards on the play and a fresh set of downs for the Red Devils. Cedric Madden with a big afternoon, 94 yards on 12 carries so far, plus the touchdown. Gets the carry here, and he's wrapped up after a short gain. About a gain of 2 yards on the play. On the stop was McDaniel's Claude Michael Richardson.
All right, the defense is going to have to change the tone of things right now. Ideally, they're going to be able to force a turnover.
2nd down and 9 after the short gain. Coleman assisting on the tackle as well. Clock running inside 12 minutes to play in the 3rd frame. Eyes set this time for Berger. He'll toss it back to Sulis. Overhog, I beg your pardon. Overhog inside the 30, inside the 25, inside the 20, and finally wrestled down at the 18-yard line. I've been impressed with Overhog's efforts today. He runs hard, took a couple of defenders with him that time, and picked up a Red Devil first down at the 19.
As he gets to the left corner, there's defenders there. There's people in contact, but he keeps his feet moving and finds a seam, breaks into it, and first down, Red Devils.
In the red zone, eyes set, 2 wide receivers to the right. The up back, Sulis, and he is brought down near the 16-yard line. Ankle tackle by Brandon Jones.
So the Red Devils content on this series to run the ball. 4 plays, 2 first downs. All 4 have been on the ground.
2nd down for Dickinson at the McDaniel 17. 32-7 Dickinson here in the 3rd quarter. Wide right is Molesky. Wide left is Walbert. Berger from the gun. Looks left, throws. He's got a man, Wahlberg. And he is brought down at the 7-yard line, slung out of bounds by Jason Morgan. And that will be a first down for Dickinson, 1st and goal at the 8-yard line.
So the 3rd first down in this series. First 2 were on the ground. This one was in the air. And as you said, 1st and goal from about the 8.
Walbert again comes wide left. Madden in the backfield. Fake to him. Berger will keep it. He's inside the 10. He's inside the 5 and wrapped up at the 4-yard line where it's going to be second down and goal. Angelo Payne on the Green Terror tackle.
And Berger does a nice job of faking that ball. I think of majority of people in the stadium thought the running back had it, and when he pops out and has it on the left side, carries it down to the 3 for a gain of 5.
Faked me out once today. He's done a great job in disguise. Second and goal with the 3. Under center is Berger from the eye. The tailback is Madden. Play action. He throws into the end zone, and the pass is incomplete. Intended for Anthony Servilla. He was falling down back at the end line, and they could not connect.
A little surreal for Servilla there is that he was wide open, and the ball was to him, and his feet go out from under him, and his hands are going one way while the ball goes the other, and they just do not touch.
Third and goal at the 3. Walbert back in. Schutte goes wide to the right. Ward's in the slot. Near side is Walbert on third and goal. From the gun, Berger rolls out to his right. Still running, tucks it in. Cuts to his left, goes for the goal line, and he's in the end zone for a touchdown. Billy Berger, 3 yards. And once again, Dickinson finds the end zone. Flag comes in late, thrown down at the 6.
That's not likely to be against the offense.
From bad to worse in this third quarter. This will be a dead ball foul. It came after the score. Evidently some things said or some pushing and shoving. Unsportsmanlike conduct is the call against Dickinson.
My goodness.
And 2 infractions, it appears. So Dickinson flagged for this.
Unsportsmanlike conduct on Dickinson.
Referee's mic is not working today, so we're unable to pick up the audio from the field. But again, John Panzorek is today's referee. And one of the officials coming over to explain to Darwin Breaux, the Dickinson coach, what happened. The touchdown will stand, of course. The scramble and run by Billy Berger.
Yeah, Berger's had quite a ball game. Quite a ball game. I think that we're going to see him for the next 3 years. This team will be on the rise.
He's throwing the ball well for a team that's known for running the football, obviously. He has disguised things well in the option. He's had a lot of poise. Have not seen him make any glaring mistakes. No turnovers. We're still waiting for the ball to be put back in play for the conversion as the officials going to both sidelines to explain to their respective coaches what indeed happened.
I'm assuming the penalty will be assessed on the kickoff.
Well, right now they're going to spot the football.
No,
it looks like at the 18.
Okay.
And they were dead ball fouls.
Now you're saying fouls. Were they assessed 2 fouls?
It was. I saw the referee John Panzorek signal 2 penalties. Both were unsportsmanlike conduct against Dickinson, and 2 separate ones is what's being discussed up here. So the first 15 yards is marked off here on the conversion. This will be in essence a 35-yard extra point attempt by Stephen Walker. The snap is up, the spot is down, the kick is up, and it's good. Walker showing the foot and the leg as he connects. Dickinson 39, McDaniel 7 with 9:22 to play in the third quarter. If there was any way for the half not to begin, it just happened. I'm sitting here kind of I'm in a boxing match and someone just delivered one to my gut after the mistakes the turnovers and the subsequent touchdowns, the great field position the Red Devils have gotten. I know I'm stating the obvious here. Dickinson's had a whale of a game. They're an improving football team, but I'm not convinced they're 32 points better than McDaniel in the third quarter.
I agree with you there. That particular drive was an 8-play drive. Covered 48 yards, took 3 minutes and 32 seconds off the clock, and obviously resulted in a 39-7 Red Devil lead. We have 9 minutes and 22 seconds left, and as my old friend Mike Coons would say, it's time for Terror to go see the Wizard and find out if they can, be given a heart today, because they're going to need one to finish this.
I might need a brain before this one's all over.
Yeah.
The kickoff from the 20, the second 15-yard penalty assessed on the kickoff. It's taken at the 10-yard line by McKinney. McKinney out to his right, across the 25, close to the 30, and he slung down on the near sideline. Making the tackle was Pat Irvin. Right now, there's a score going on. Juniata and Muhlenberg, and right now, Juniata and Muhlenberg are tied at 28. The Eagles are 0-10 lifetime versus the Mules. That's a shocker right now in the conference. Juniata and Muhlenberg deadlocked at 28 apiece. Muhlenberg beat McDaniel 55-0 about a month and a half ago, and they'll face Juniata next week at home.
Okay, now Juniata is one of the teams we thought was a little bit down. They're not showing it today.
Kester on first down, rolls out to his left, now throws for the far sideline, overthrown for Oliveto, and incomplete. 2nd and 10 for the Terror. My uncle used to always say, when you're dealing with human beings, you just never know what's going to happen on a week-to-week or day-to-day basis.
Sure, you don't know what you're going to do from a day-to-day and week-to-week basis.
He went to Pimlico, and he said, I'll play the ponies. I can't rely on human beings. Crazy things can happen. 2nd and 10 from the 29. Kester from the gun. Keeps it himself on a design play. He's across the 30 to the 32-yard line. That's good for about 3 yards.
Yeah, good to see Kester carrying the ball. I think when you run the spread offense, there has to be a threat of the quarterback carrying it, but there probably needs to be some sort of a fake before he goes. We've got a 3rd and about 6 or 7 here.
Schlecker on the tackle.
McDaniel very much in need of a first down to maintain. Obviously, that's the only way you maintain possession.
3rd down and a long 6, we'll call it. Kester from the gun again. Pressured and dropped in the backfield for a loss. Coming through untouched was David Chow, a senior lineman. No one picked him up, and Kester sacked for the 2nd time today back at his 25-yard line.
When the wheels come off the wagon, they generally come all the way off.
So in the first half, McDaniel moved the ball. They got first downs. There were some positive things to go by. In the second half, we're just not seeing it.
3 possessions and not a first down to be found.
4th and 14. Here's the Haas punt. Fair catch and called for and made at his 45-yard line by James Ward. So again, Dickinson officially from their 44 will have good field position once again with 7:46 to play in the third quarter. Dickinson with a 39-7 lead. Dickinson will play Muhlenberg next week in Allentown.
And again, this Dickinson team is, I think, showed some real poise today. And they're not ready to call off the dogs. They're going to keep running their full offense.
Here's a pass from Berger. A swing pass is caught by Tyler Dowdle, his first catch of the day. And that's good for 3 yards to the Red Devil 47. Sulis back in.
So McDaniel looking to force a 3 and out here. Again, the defense needs to stand up. The offense needs to make some first downs.
Berger hands off to Madden. Madden dropped for a short gain at the 49-yard line. On the tackle for McDaniel was Angelo Payne.
It's nice to make 2 plays in a row, but you need to make the third one. You need to make the third one to force the punt.
Third and a long 5 at the 48. Dickinson from right to left in the third quarter, a 32-point lead, 6:44 to go, clock running in quarter 3. We're in Carlisle, Pennsylvania today for the Red Devils and McDaniel. Berger works from the gun on third down. Play action, and he's dropped. He might have gotten a yard, possibly 2, as he was trying to spring free, but Raymond Doe, who leads the team in sacks, that wasn't a sack, but he is able to make the play after a short gain, and it brings up 4th down and 4, just shy of the 50-yard line.
Yeah, contact was made behind the line of scrimmage, but Berger was able to go ahead and get some momentum forward, and short gain.
Chris Ainge back to return from McDaniel at his 10-yard line. Austin high in punt formation, lets it go. It's a nice spiraling punt. Ainge unable to get to it. It takes a McDaniel bounce and is down by the Red Devils at the 19-yard line, down by Ned Amala.
So the third possession for the Red Devils in this half, and the first time that McDaniel was able to force a punt. The first one led to the field goal. The second one, the 3-yard Berger run for the score. So we've had 10 points in the second half. They've all been on the Red Devils side. McDaniel yet to see a first down.
This possession starts at their 19, 5:51 to go in the third quarter. Montgomery will come out and line up wide right. Kester works from the gun. Stefanelli's in the backfield. We get flags. About 3 flags are thrown before the snap. This appears to be movement against McDaniel.
Oh, my goodness. Yep, there was.
Movement both ways, but initiated by the Green Terror. So 1st and 15, back at the 14-yard line. Stefanelli this year, 94 yards on 30 carries and 1 score entering today. He's in the backfield. This time near side, the wide receiver is Breon Herbert. A pass. Pass is caught left side at the 20-yard line and wrapped up and brought down at the 24 is Britton Hastings. Another receiver touching the football today. 17 different receivers have caught a pass this year for McDaniel College.
That's really the first productive play that McDaniel has shown in this half. And Hastings catches the ball, has to go high, has a blocker outside, and is able to pick up about 5 yards.
Second down. Kester with time, throws for the far sideline. It's overthrown and incomplete. Connor Allen was the intended receiver.
Now, as strong a game as Kester had a week ago, it's just not been there today. It's time to sit back, regroup, try to gain some confidence. The Terror do have 3 games left, and obviously you're going to be looking for that first victory again. And the play of Kester is going to be critical to him.
3rd down and 6. Kester back to throw, goes across the middle from Montgomery, and it's incomplete and nearly picked off. On the coverage for the Red Devils was Brian Lataraka, who has 1 pick this season. That could have been a pick 6, but he could not come up with it. And it brings up 4th down. Kester now 8 of 22 for 61 yards and a couple of interceptions. So Brett Haas is in punt formation. James Ward back to return at his 41-yard line.
And Mike Count Kester is 1 of 8 in this half. And again, we're still looking for the first down.
The Haas punt, high and short, takes a McDaniel bounce and will come to rest at midfield. So more good field position for the Red Devils as they'll be right at the 50 with 5:03 to play in this third quarter, and they're enjoying a 39-7 lead in their 130th season of college football here at Dickinson College.
So the ball absolutely at the 50-yard line, the nose of it touching the 50. And McDaniel last defensive stand, forced a 3 and out, looking to repeat that. Not going to happen.
There's a quick opener by Sulis straight ahead up the middle. He's going to score a touchdown. He goes untouched, 50 yards. Chris Sulis with his third score of the season. That was a basic play from scrimmage as the up back, and Sulis goes all the way for the score. 45-7.
You know, I can do the math on that one. One play, 50 yards, and 8 seconds.
Walker for the extra point. It's away, and it's good. Well, John, you are a math teacher, so I wouldn't expect anything less. Red Devils pulling away here big here in the third quarter. A 15-point lead at the break has now become a 39-point lead with under 5 minutes to play in quarter number 3. Juniata next week at home. The Green Terror then travel to Susquehanna November 7th, and they'll finish up the season at home against Johns Hopkins on the 14th. The Hopkins game at noon. The other 2 games will be played at 1 p.m. I want to remind you can learn more about our 25 highly regarded graduate and professional studies programs at one of our fall open houses. To RSVP, call 410-857-2500. That's 857-2500. And if you want to know about the alumni events being planned in your region, update your contact information with the alumni office by emailing your name and class year to alumni@mcdaniel.edu.
Now, last week at McDaniel was homecoming, and it was nice to see the big crowd, the close game. Always a good time back on the hill. Hope you can come out and join us next weekend.
Walker with the kickoff, returned by Marquise Finley-Smith. Smith across the 20, 25, and is wrestled down at about the 30-yard line.
I like Finley-Smith's attitude. He's, getting the ball in his hand and saying, I'm going to go. I'm going to try to make something happen right now. It was a nice return. He had to return earlier. That was called back because of the hold. But I'd be finding him as a receiver right now.
He's playing with some anger, which I like. Julian Jambachian on that last tackle, and Finley-Smith is now into the game wide right as they run the ball on first down. And Campbell able to escape one would-be tackler and picks up a few yards to the 26. Nice effort there by Campbell. And we'll give him 6, so it's second down and 4 at the 36-yard line.
So Campbell ran the ball well in the first half. Have not seen really anything productive in the second. It's nice to see that 6 yards, 7 yards on that play.
Gets the handoff again. This time he's going to be tackled for a loss. Giving pursuit was Ned Amala, who's had a nice game. And he brings down Campbell at the 33.
Now that time there's a blocker for him in the offensive backfield, and historically what he does is he cuts inside of that blocker and has found some yardage. That time he tried to cut outside of that blocker, which takes him laterally across the field. And he's not slow by any stretch of the imagination, but he doesn't have the speed to get outside the defenders when he does that and loses some yardage.
3rd and 7 from the 33, trips to the right. Back to throw is Kester. Goes across the middle. He's got Campbell. Campbell's makes the catch, has the first down and more to the 49-yard line. Tayai Campbell will move the change for McDaniel with the catch. Jack Margovich on the tackle.
And with 3 minutes and 35 seconds left to go in the quarter, McDaniel gets their first down of the half.
Now we have an issue with the clock as the officials are going to ask for more time.
Yeah, the clock kept running. It shouldn't have. And here McDaniel was ready to go to a hurry up. And because of some poor administration in the booth, the play stopped.
They're going to add about 16 seconds, I think, to the time. And the referee's mic not working today, so the message is being relayed up here the old-fashioned way.
Sign language.
Now
we're not the Carlisle Indians anymore.
Morse code, maybe.
I was going to go to smoke signals, but
Well, for a second there, we had 33 minutes and 90 seconds left in the half, but that's been fixed.
It's still not enough time.
Now we're back. Things back to abnormal as Campbell gets the handoff on first down. The ball is out. The ball is out at the 46, and I think the Red Devils have it. Yes, they do. Now a flag comes in after the play. McDaniel's fourth turnover today.
I'm pretty sure it's going to be a dead ball foul.
Yeah, this came after the play occurred. Campbell had what appeared to be about a 5-yard gain, and the ball came out. Unsportsmanlike conduct is the penalty against Dickinson. So they'll back him up 15 yards from the spot of the recovery, but the Red Devils will maintain possession.
So 3:26 after all the nonsense with the clock. Now, Campbell's done a nice job of being in traffic and been able to force himself, for a couple extra yards. That time he was trying that again, and the defenders grabbing at the ball and succeed pulling it free. And another turnover from McDaniel.
When all is said and done, the Red Devils have the football at their own 31 with 3:26 to go in the third. They lead by 39, 46-7 the score. New quarterback into the game. There's a toss back to Overhog. Overhog right side breaks a tackle, breaks another tackle, and is finally brought down at the 50-yard line. Overhog good for 29 yards, first down at the midfield stripe.
All right, so with 3:18 left to go in the ball game, to some extent, the Red Devils are calling off the Dogs, at least through the substitution at quarterback.
Ricky Klingerman is the quarterback. He's a sophomore. David Clemens has seen time at QB this year, but it's going to be Klingerman getting some snaps. And the Red Devils at the 50-yard line. Clock is stopped at the moment. 3:18 to play.
And we've got a McDaniel player.
And one of the players, one of the Green Terrors shaken up on the far side of the field. Now we pick it up at the 47-yard line.
Yeah, right in front of his bench.
That was Chris Inge. And Inge comes off Gimpy with a little bit of assistance. Might be favoring the right knee or right ankle. Red Devils to the line of scrimmage. On their second play this possession, Klingerman under center from the I set. Sulis up the middle for about 4, maybe 5 yards. That's old verbiage I used earlier, the quick opener, but that's what resulted in that big touchdown.
Yeah, it's actually you run a little cross block between the center and the guard, and the fullback's diving in there, and he dives in there all the time and only gets the carry 2 or 3 times a game, but when he does, has potential to go big. Fumble on the
exchange here. The Red Devils, I believe, have recovered, but they'll lose a yard at the 48 of McDaniel. That'll result in 3rd down and 8. Klingerman able to recover the fumbled exchange, a loss of 1.
So McDaniel looking to create another punting situation. With Inge going out injured, not sure who'll be back to return that.
Green Terror being outscored 39-17 on average this season. They're being outgained 485-338 on average this season. On 3rd down, there's a toss and a short gain for Overhog. Overhog brought down near the 47, and that'll result in a 4th and 7 for Dickinson, and their punting team will take the field. Austin High, their punter, an average of 38.6 this season, a long of 61 yards entering today. Had one of over 55 in that first half today.
Yeah, what's the number on that punt returner out there? What is it?
That's McKinney who's going to return this one if he has an opportunity. Here's the punt. It's a high floating punt. Fair catch is muffed inside the 5. Do the Red Devils have it again? Yes, they do. Holy cow. McKinney coughs it up, and the Red Devils recover at the Green Terror 3. And the nightmarish 3rd quarter continues.
Indeed. And next week's Halloween week.
What's your costume?
That's right. I don't even have a response.
Klingeman under center. From the eye, Overhog is the tailback. Sulis, the up back, gets the call, and he's in the end zone for a touchdown. Chris Sulis finds the end zone. A 3-yard run. And it's now 52-7. Sulis today with 6 carries, 59 yards, and now a score. Actually, 2 scores. His long run of 50. And the extra point is up and good for Stephen Walker.
So consecutive possessions, both of them one-play touchdowns. Now, there was a punt in between there, that punt that wasn't fielded correctly. But Solis, 2 touchdowns in this quarter. First one was 50 yards. This one was 3. And we've got a 53-7 score.
1:18 on the third quarter clock. Do you know McDaniel College has a Maryland license plate? You can support the Green Terror on your vehicle by emailing alumni@mcdaniel.edu for more information on how to get your McDaniel College license plate. Again, alumni@mcdaniel.edu.
And as many times as the Red Devils have stolen the ball from McDaniel, they might be made here on campus.
We'll have to look into that, get our research people on that one. Stephen Walker to kick off. End over end, a shorter kick. Taken at the 6 by Finley Smith. Finley Smith near the left hash. Good effort across the 30, 35, and brought down at the 37-yard line.
Right now, you've got to find a way to put the ball in Finley Smith's hand.
Zach Butler on the tackle.
1:11 left to go in a forgettable third quarter.
We saw 6 touchdowns put up by Muhlenberg in the first half in week 3, but this third quarter rivals any poor quarter this year. Castor from the gun, 2 wides to his left. Stefanelli gets the carry, has a good seam across the middle, and picks up a first down to the McDaniel 49, and that's good for 13 yards.
And McDaniel does get the first down, their second first down of the quarter. Stefanelli a little bit quicker, more shifty back.
Gets the handoff again, just straight up the middle. He's across the 45 and down to the 42-yard line. Depending on the spot, that could be another first down. And I believe it is. And they will move the chains. So first down for McDaniel at the Red Devil 42.
So consecutive plays, consecutive first downs.
From the gun, Stefanelli up the middle, across the 40, and brought down at the 39-yard line. Tackle made by Dave Bertram. We'll give Stefanelli 3, so 2nd and 7 at the 39. 28 seconds, clock running in the third quarter.
And Stefanelli showing some good quickness.
Again, the handoff up the middle, across the 35 to the 33-yard line. Very vanilla, but working right now effectively late in the third quarter. Stefanelli with about 4 carries.
Now, we got to pick up some numbers, but I think you've seen some substitution in the Red Devil defense.
Third quarter comes to an end. Dickinson 53, McDaniel 7. The Red Devils outscored the Terror 31-0 in that third quarter. When play resumes, the Green Terror will have the ball at the Red Devil 34, facing 3rd and 2. A lot of work by Perry Stefanelli, a sophomore running back, 30 carries for 94 yards entering today. Stefanelli today, John, 3 carries for 25 yards unofficially.
Okay, I'm almost certain that he's a legacy. Dad played football here back in the 80s, I believe, and played his high school ball, if my memory serves me right down 97 in the Olney area at Good Counsel High School. I haven't checked it. That's strictly off of memory. I hope I'm right.
3rd down and 2. From the gun, Kester hands off to Stefanelli. Stefanelli to his left has the first down and more, still shaking tacklers, and is finally brought down at the 21-yard line. Stefanelli getting it done in the 3rd and now 4th quarter. He is from Rockville, and he went to Good Counsel High School.
Okay, so my memory's...
And I want to confirm that in my brain. I thought you were right about where he was from, where the younger Stefanelli was from, and that is the case. First down at the 22. It's Stefanelli. Stefanelli left side to the 15, maybe the 14-yard line. It's been all Stefanelli these last 5 or 6 plays.
All Stefanelli all the time. It's been 6 plays and 3 first downs.
Picks up 7 this time, 2nd and 3 at the 15, just shy of the 14-yard line.
Now the defense is, starting to come in. Things should open up for a passing game when that happens.
Kester hands off to Stefanelli. He hits a wall and is dropped at about the 15. On the stop was Ethan Warwick, a freshman defensive lineman.
So the first 3rd down that we've seen in this series. That's not a 3rd down. They're moving the sticks.
1st and 10 for McDaniel at the Dickinson 12 as the Green Terror knock on the door.
So the 4th first down.
From the 11, Kester in the gun. Hands off to Stefanelli. Stefanelli tripped up at about the 6.
So looking to see if it can be Stefanelli, a multi-carry ride for Stefanelli. He's carried the ball 8 times, 8 consecutive times, 4 first downs, started their own 36 and are down to the 6. So he's carried for about 52 yards.
Gets it again from the gun formation. He's inside the 5 to about the 3. Close to a first down. He might be about half a yard shy. Stefanelli threw his first 7 carries today, 53 yards. Right now we'll call it 3rd and 2 at the 4.
Now I can do the subtraction and come up with 60 yards on 9 carries right now.
From the gun, Kester on the keeper off the left side towards the goal line, and I don't believe he got in, but he should have a first down. He's inside the 1, just shy of the goal line, but picks up the first down. So 1st and goal for the Terror.
Yeah, it'd be nice to see Stefanelli get a chance to finish this off.
He's been the workhorse, to say the least, since late in the 3rd quarter on this possession. He's the setback right now, 2 setbacks actually. The other is Wagner.
Oh, my, that's got to be a...
And Stefanelli towards the goal line. He's in the end zone for a touchdown. So 2 running backs on this particular play, and it's capped off by Perry Stefanelli, his 2nd touchdown of the season. And the Green Terror now trail 53-13. Spencer Weersberg on for the extra point. Weersberg this year 9 for 9 on field goals after a 4 for 4 season a year ago. His holder's going to be the punter, Brett Haas.
My count was 11 plays, 64 yards, 2 minutes and 43 seconds. Of that 64 yards, Stefanelli would have gained about 62 of them.
High snap handle well by Haas. He puts it down. The extra point is good by Spencer Weersberg. And in the 4th quarter, 12:21 remaining. Dickinson 53, McDaniel 14. Kester today, 10 for 25 for 86 yards. Tayod Campbell, 128 yards rushing on 19 carries. For Dickinson, Billy Berger, 13 of 19 for 187 and 3 scores. Cedric Madden on the ground, 111 yards on 15 carries and 1 touchdown. Chris Soulis, 62 yards on 7 carries. And Billy Berger on the ground, 43 yards on 10 carries and 1 rushing touchdown. The fall sports season is wrapping up. Between now and next week's home football game, there's plenty of Green Terror action with playoff implications. If you're in Baltimore on Tuesday or Wednesday, the rivalry between McDaniel and Johns Hopkins renews. Women's soccer Tuesday at 7. It's a full day at Homewood and Goldfarb on Wednesday. Field hockey starts at 4. Then at 7, men's soccer takes to Homewood Field, while volleyball is in action in the friendly confines of Goldfarb Gymnasium. That's all at Johns Hopkins on Tuesday. And if you can believe it, next Saturday, the swimming season, a winter sport, will get underway. It will be indoors.
I would hope so.
The kickoff from Casper, taken about a yard deep in the end zone by Tyler Dowdle. And Dowdle's return is to about the 15 as the Green Terror special teams get it done. And they'll spot the football actually at the 14-yard line. So the Red Devils back on offense with 12:15 to play.
So that's the first time that McDaniel kicking off in that direction didn't get the touchback and hold them on the 14.
Here come the Red Devils with a plethora of substitutions. Eddie Kozlowski wide to the left. Klingerman stays in at quarterback. Eye set. The toss to the tailback. This is Stephen Black, his first carry today. And Black is wrapped up near the line of scrimmage. He may have lost a yard.
No gain of the play, 2nd and 10.
Dickinson averaging 18 points a game this season, averaging 309 yards total offense, giving up close to 400 per game on average this year. But big numbers for them today.
You know, you're in a meaningless situation as far as the win and loss, what's going to happen here. But it's not meaningless in establishing yourself with the mentality that you need to have as a football player. And opportunity here, and going to let it get away.
Klingerman handled a high snap well in the shotgun formation, now completes the pass. On the catch is Kyle Donahue, and Donahue picks up the first down to the Dickinson 28-yard line. So well done on 2nd and 10.
Yeah, real nice effort by the quarterback there. That snap was well over his head. He sticks his right hand up in the air and is able to tap it down to himself. And then as he moves to his right, finds a receiver, completion, and they get out of that deep hole they were in.
Kozlowski comes wide right. Wide left is Donahue. Klingerman from the gun. Hands off to Black. And Black gets about a yard to the 30.
And believe me, the ball players that are on the field for Dickinson are players that don't get on the field in every game. And they're certainly not going to be calling off the dogs. They want to do everything they can do to impress their coaches to improve their amount of playing time in a more meaningful situation.
Officially no gain, so 2nd and 10. Black again, the ball carrier, and he's hitting the backfield. Escapes the first would-be tackler, but now he's wrestled down at about the 26. Terror players converging. Brandon Jones was the leading tackler.
But you want to see him wrapped up. You don't want to see your 2nd and 3rd string tailback able to bounce out of things. So I'd be looking for some sort of a draw, some sort of a screen pass.
3rd and 12, back at the 27. 9:48, clock running in the 4th. Klingerman attempts a pass. It's incomplete as it's broken up at the line of scrimmage. Not sure who got a piece of it there for the tear. It might have been Garvin Brooms. It'll be 4th and 12, and the punting team will take the field for the Red Devils, led by Austin High.
Garvin Brooms, the name you just mentioned. He's done a nice job this season. We've seen him on several sacks, been able to play that defensive line well. He's a good-looking freshman ball player.
11 tackles last week, 27 on the season with 3 sacks entering today. And the punt, contact but no call. Finley Smith on the return. Finley Smith across the 45, 50, 45, and now down to the 42-yard line. Michael Finley Smith with a nice return. Or Marquise Finley Smith, I beg your pardon.
Yeah, I haven't seen him returning punts, but after the previous fumbled punt, I'm not surprised. He's the primary kick returner. And, again, just been impressed with his efforts. I'd love to see a pass get to him.
Red Devils wanted the running into or roughing the punter penalty. They're not going to get it. I believe it was ruled he was blocked into the punter, Haas.
And McDaniel starting on the positive side of the 50-yard line. And that may be the first time this game, and it is.
And Stefanelli gets the handoff on the first play from scrimmage on this possession. He gets about 3, maybe 4 yards to the 38-yard line.
I don't think that came as a surprise to anybody, not after the number of carries he had on the last drive and the success. I would like to see him belly the ball to him and see if they can hit somebody down the field.
Fake to Stefanelli. Kester will swing it out right side. The pass is caught by Dement. And Dement's out of bounds, has a first down near the 20-yard line. Dement with his first catch of the day. Dement with 8 catches for 42 yards before today.
Okay, now that was the fake to Stefanelli. And then Kester stands up, looks downfield, doesn't see it, and makes the little outlet pass to Dement. He gains some nice yardage.
Cathy gets the carry, and Cathy's going to score a touchdown in between the hash marks. Well done, 22 yards for freshman Matt Cathy. That's his 3rd score of the season. And McDaniel now trails 53-20 with 8:47 to go.
Yeah, again, the results of the game long since determined, but you do want to see the players continue to maximize their effort on the field.
Weersberg for the extra point. Haas to put it down. The kick is away, and the kick hits the right upright, and it's no good. Ball is dead once it hits the upright, so the extra point is unsuccessful, and it remains 53-20. Dickinson with under 9 minutes to go.
Is that right? The ball, it's dead when it hits the upright. That's
when it's alive, obviously you can return it for 2 points in college, and now this year for the first time in the NFL. But once the ball strikes the upright or the crossbar, unless it goes through the crossbar and
if it strikes,
successful kick.
Okay.
If it comes back into the field of play and the kick is obviously no good, the ball is blown dead.
Okay.
I saw one of the craziest things at a Ravens-Browns game years ago. The ball actually went over the crossbar, hit the upright that supports the goalpost, and came back into the field of play. They thought the game was over. They assumed initially that the ball hit the crossbar. They reviewed it. The field goal was good. The game went to overtime, and the Browns won the game. It was amazing.
Now,
I've watched football since I was about 10 years old, 9 years old. I've never seen that before or since.
Now,
but I'm only 20, so it's only been 10 years. But
now, there was a Baltimore Colt that would had a great leaping ability, would stand underneath the crossbar and try to go up and on extremely long kicks, reach over top and jam it like a block shot in basketball. And I saw him do that once, but I also saw him try it on one where the kick was short. It hits his hand and goes over.
It backfired a bit.
Yes, it did. They didn't try that anymore.
Ensuing kickoff is a touchback. It goes into the end zone and down by Schutte. So the Red Devils with the football at their 25.
And that's a 25. You know that, right?
Yeah, I do know that.
Okay.
I did know that. And that was
that's not fair.
Brain Camp 101. No. That was on me entirely. And I thought I called the play beautifully, but it was 75 yards, not 80.
And it was well called.
I had a cup of coffee this morning too, but just it is what it is. Here's a play from scrimmage. And McAllister's the ball carrier. Klingerman's still in a quarterback, and McAllister wrapped up right there at the line of scrimmage. So 2nd and 10 at the 25. Of course, we've seen some field goals that were missed that were recovered in the end zone and run back for a score on a couple of occasions.
And
Auburn, Alabama, a couple of years ago.
I'm particularly happy that that the pros have changed that rule so that the team that's being kicked against can return that. It should definitely work that way.
Klingerman with the pass to the right, or to his left, I should say, and the pass is incomplete. It was short hopped, intended for Eddie Kozlowski.
Now, the nature of football, there should never be a play where only one team can score. Now, if the NFL would get smart enough to change their overtime and make it similar to the college overtime, I don't know that the 35-yard line would be right for them. Maybe the 45 or maybe the 50. But
high school on the 10-yard line, college in the 25, and the NFL has altered it in the last few years, but still not perfect, as Klingerman being pressured, he gets the pass off, but it's incomplete. And this will bring up a 4th down for the Red Devils. Good pressure there from Raymond Doe, who leads the Terror in sacks with 4.5. In fact, the Terror lead the Centennial Conference in sacks this year with 23 entering today, but the Red Devils have done a great job in protecting their quarterbacks today, namely Billy Berger.
So we got Finley Smith back here deep again, I assume.
He stands back at his 35. Austin High gets the punt off. Finley Smith calls for a fair catch and makes it at his 42. A flag is down on the play back where the punter was. If this is roughing, it'll be a 1st down. If it's going to be running into, it's 5 yards. It will be roughing, and that'll be a 1st down for Dickinson.
Oh, my goodness.
15 yards and an automatic 1st down. This should put the ball at the 40.
Automatic 1st down.
You know, at this point in time, there's no harm to McDaniel in that the game's long since decided, but you don't want effort to result in negative plays. Effort, but still play within your ability. And did not have a shot to block that kick, and you have to alter your angle.
Klingerman under center, blacks the tailback in the eye. He gets the toss. He goes left side across the 40 to the 45 and wrapped up near the 50-yard line. Black picks up 9 yards. It'll be 2nd down and 1. And we'll call it 2nd and 8, or 2nd and 2, after a gain of 8 at the 48-yard line.
So in my mind, that just gives the Red Devil an extra possession. The ball should have been in McDaniel's hands, somewhere around the 40, 45-yard line. Instead, it's back in the Red Devils' hands, and they've got a 2nd and 1 or 2.
It's a penalty officially, but it's a turnover. It's a change of possession after the punt in some ways.
Yeah, I agree with you.
Ball carrier is shooting, and we have flags coming in late. The whistle was blown. The play had been stopped, and there was still some pushing and shoving. And there's at least 2 flags down, maybe 3. There was a loss of 1 yard on the play. It's a dead ball foul. Personal foul is the call against McDaniel.
Dead ball, personal foul against McDaniel.
That'll be 15 yards, and again, they'll move the chains.
Certainly, it had him stacked up, and he was not going to break free. I, again, have an opinion on just about everything. If you want to ask me, I'd be happy to share them with you. But in this situation, I think the officials wait far too long to blow the whistle. And if you're going to give the running back an opportunity to break free, then you've got to expect people to come in and try to tackle him. And at the same time, what was done is malicious, but it wouldn't happen except for the way the rules interpreted.
Black gets the toss on first down. He picks up 1 yard on the play to the 38-yard line of McDaniel. He's in the backfield along with Malcolm Davis, who was that previous ball carrier on the play where the personal foul occurred.
Yeah, the whole idea of, forward momentum and yards that you've gained, I don't like stripping the ball. I prefer tackling. I want to see defenders tackle the ball carrier, not the ball. Sometimes fumbles happen, but it's an entirely different thing when you're trying to strip the ball. And when you've got somebody stacked up, the whistle should blow. If that's his forward progress and that's where you're going to determine the play ended, as opposed to where he was pushed back, you're giving only one team an opportunity to do something positive, and that's the team with the ball. The team without the ball, there's no advantage in pushing them backwards. Then there should be no advantage in pushing forward. It's neutralized, plays over.
Davis, that last carry, picked up a yard. It's 3rd and 9 at the Green Terror 38. Clock running, 5:33 to play. From the eye, Klingerman rolling out to his right. Flush from the pocket, and he's wrapped up for a sack back near midfield, depending on the forward progress. The Green Terror and Shane Douglas, a junior lineman, with the sack. And they will put the football at the Green Terror 47.
And my chart, that's the first time I've written sack down for the McDaniel defense.
So much for preparation. Dickinson will just run the ball all day. Well, Berger has a career day. The Green Terror lead the conference in sacks, and they come up with 1.
Yep.
Austin High in punt formation. Finley Smith back to return at his 15. 4th down and about 17. Here's the punt. It's end over end. Taken by Finley Smith at the 12. He's to the 15, 20, 25, 30. Falls the football. It comes out at the 23-yard line, or make that 33-yard line, and the Red Devils have recovered. Another Green Terror turnover. And I believe that's their 7th today.
I've given up counting.
Unofficially, we have real-time stats here. Sometimes there's a delay. There's 6 turnovers on the screen. That should be number 7, but that is just unbelievable.
And, this is their 3rd possession on this possession. They punted the ball, roughing the kicker. They punted the ball, fumble. So 3 possessions in a row without McDaniel having a possession anywhere in between.
A toss to John McAllister. McAllister's progress near the 30. About 6 different backs have now touched the ball today for Dickinson. This time a 1-yard gain to the 21. That'll be, or 31-yard line, excuse me. It'll be 2nd down and 9.
Yeah, so ostensibly this drive started back on the Red Devil 25, but then after the roughing the kicker, they had the ball on their own 40, and now after the punt and the fumble on the return, they've got the ball on McDaniel 32, which they advanced to the 31.
Penalty flag is dropped before the snap. Might have been some movement. Yes, that's the case. A false start against Dickinson.
Yeah, the body language of even the officials out there is, just stop having penalties. Let's get this thing over with.
2nd and 14 at the 36. Klingerman under center. Tosses back. McAllister tripped up across the 35 to the 33. It'll be about a yard shy of the original line of scrimmage on this particular series, so 3rd down and 11. 3:18 to play. 53-20. Dickinson. The Red Devils about to improve to
in this
3 and
series,
4.
Their best play has been the punts, so you just,
Technically, it's an offensive play from scrimmage. Sometimes good things can happen, and we've certainly seen it today. Unbelievable. A penalty and a muff.
Actually, not a muff. He caught it.
Well, he did. That's true. It was a fumble. He did have possession.
Yeah, that one, there was a change of possession.
McAllister on the carry. Tries to go out the side to the right, and he's shut down by a wall. A short gain on the play. Joey Betts was the leading tackler.
And my guess is no punt from the 32. My guess is they'll go for it on 4th down here.
I never like to overuse the word unbelievable, but I know I've said it more than once today. Just some bizarre things in this game, really from the very, very beginning. Play clock at 12, game clock at 2:16. Dickinson facing 4th and 10, and right now just letting as much time wind down as possible. And we'll see if they call a timeout before they're assessed the delay of game penalty, and that's the case. It's their first timeout of the second half.
Yeah, early in this game, the Red Devils scored 2 touchdowns within the first 5 minutes of the ball game. And it really has been downhill since then. Just not a pretty sight for McDaniel today. Going to take some serious regrouping before they face Juliana next week at home. And Juliana, have we gotten a final on their game?
Didn't see the final yet. Last we heard it was 28-28 in the third quarter, them in Muhlenberg. Juniata entering play today 2-4, 1-4 in conference play. 4th and 10 from the gun. Klingenberg to throw. If he has time, he runs out of time, and he gets the pass off in the grasp. And this will be an incomplete pass. Getting through to nearly make the sack with Shane Douglas.
And they're going
to call grounding. Okay, there was a flag.
So it does go down as a sack.
Yes.
Goes down as a sack and then penalized from there, I believe, or the penalty is at the spot.
So Douglas gets the sack, the second Green Terror sack today, and McDaniel will get the football as they take over on downs. The flag comes in late on that play sometimes just to fully determine if he was inside the tackle box and there was no obvious receiver in the area, and that was the case. So McDaniel football, Kester and company. Campbell will be in the backfield with him. And McDaniel football at their own 40 with 1:58 to play.
Now, we haven't seen much in the air out of McDaniel, but with the 158, that may change. Now, Stefanelli, no, it's not Stefanelli.
Campbell back on the field. He might break it all the way. 40, 30, 20, 15, 10, and he's out of bounds at about the 8-yard line. Tayod Campbell along the left sideline, near sideline, almost broke it all the way. Eddie Jean made a touchdown-saving tackle.
Campbell, not the fleetest of running backs, but got to the outside that time. First time I've seen him get to the outside this season, and breaks down, carries it inside the 10.
19 carries for 128 yards, and he gets the handoff this time, and as he's wrapped up in the backfield as he tried to cut left, brought down by David Chow.
Yeah, he didn't score because he ran out of gas. It's time to put the ball in somebody else's hand for a minute or two. But he's going to end up with a lot of yardage because this touchdown in the first half went down as a run, and then the 40-plus yards on that run.
Here's a pass intended his way, left of the backfield. It's incomplete. Ball goes out of bounds. Matt Butts was the intended receiver, and that was a forward pass. So third down for McDaniel.
Third and goal.
At the 13-yard line. Play clock at 20. Game clock stopped at 1:14. Wide left is Joe Yearby, a freshman wide receiver. Kester back to throw. Goes across the middle. It's caught at about the 4 and brought down right there at the spot of the catch is Billy Atkins, sophomore tight end. He'll also see some time at fullback. And they'll spot the ball at the 4 where it's 4th and goal for McDaniel.
Yeah, what's likely to be McDaniel's last offensive play, and unless they're fortunate enough to score and try an onside kick, in what's been a futile game.
41% success rate on 4th down conversions this year. This will take a touchdown as they're at the 4-yard line. Clock is running, 32 seconds remaining. Kester from the shotgun. Looks left. Throws. He's got a man. And the catch is made, but he's going to be about 2-3 yards shy of the goal line. Tyler Dement with the catch. But McDaniel will turn it over on downs. Making the play there was Keenan Dixon. And also on the play for the Red Devils was Zach Butler, freshman linebacker. So Red Devil football, they can take a knee and wrap this one up as they'll be at their own 3-yard line with a 33-point lead. Klingerman will come up under center, take the snap, and take the knee. And that's going to do it here. The final 14 seconds wrapping up. The Red Devils now 3-4, 3-3 in conference play. They'll play Muhlenberg next Saturday. McDaniel 0-7, 0-6 in conference play. The winning streak reaches 16. Losing streak, reaches 16. And they will host Juniata next Saturday at 1 o'clock. Some numbers today. Kester 12 of 28 for 110 yards and 2 interceptions. Tayod Campbell credited with 176 yards on 21 carries, 1 touchdown. Perry Stefanelli 11 for 65 and 1 score. Matt Cathy 4 carries, 21 yards and 1 touchdown. Receiving, Damasa Baylor 2 receptions, 23 yards. Mike Oliveto 3 for 21. Taylor Dement 2 for 18. Campbell had 1 catch for 16 yards. Billy Atkins 2 catches, 13 yards. Britton Hastings 1 for 9. Marty Windish 1 for 7. For Dickinson, Billy Berger 13 of 19 through the air for 187. He had 3 touchdown passes. Cedric Madden with 111 yards on 15 carries and 1 score. Chris Soulis had 7 carries for 62 yards and 2 touchdowns. Berger 10 carries, 43 yards and 1 score. Anders Overhog 4 for 33. Stephen Black 5 for 7. And John McAllister 5 yards on 4 carries. Overhog receiving just 3 catches, but 116 yards and 1 touchdown, the big play of 75 yards. Again, coming up this week for McDaniel on Tuesday or Wednesday, it's action against Johns Hopkins, women's soccer in Baltimore at 7 o'clock on Tuesday. And then on Wednesday, field hockey at 4 o'clock, men's soccer at 7, and volleyball at 7. Next Saturday, the swimming season will open up at home against Swarthmore. Field hockey will also follow next week's football game with Juniata. The Green Terror will host Washington in the regular season finale at 5:30. Plus, the rest of all the fall teams wrap up the regular season on the road. Cross country will have its championship at Stevenson. Men's soccer will travel up 97 to Gettysburg for a 4 o'clock game. Volleyball and women's soccer head to the Eastern Shore to play Washington, and both those events start at 2 p.m. Big week of practice, John. I know we've beaten the points to death. It was all Dickinson today. Total domination from start to finish, and it won't be a fun week of practice, but you have 3 games remaining. You play 2 more teams that are still in the bottom half of the conference. You can't stop. You can't give up.
No, absolutely not. And I was pleased to see them go to Stefanelli and just run the ball. You have to establish your ability to run. You do that, and it opens up the passing game. And the defense stepped up a couple of times in the fourth quarter. Again, they were seeing substitutes, but McDaniel needed to keep their players on the field because they needed to get a little bit of the taste of what happened in the first half and the third quarter particularly. The first 5 minutes of the game and then the third quarter were ugly. I get on campus every week, and I see the players in the weight room. I see the coaches in the lobby of the gym. Don't do a lot of talking. That's not my job, but I continue to see people with their heads up. It's going to be tough this week. They thought that they were going to be very competitive in this game today. I heard people talking about, look, we're going to win 3 in a row. The reality of it is, let's win a quarter. Let's win the first quarter, and then let's win the second quarter, and let's do them quarter by quarter. It's time to even quit talking about entire games. If you get got to get down to let's win this series. But you've got to find some things that you can take pride in that you've done, and then build on that. Um, I don't know that I'd look at this game film. Um, I don't know that I'd look at it at all. I was impressed with Finley Smith. Um, he had some drops early in the season. What I saw him do as a kick returner today impressed me. And they need to find a way to get the ball in his hands where he's got a head of steam. He can make things happen. Uh, Campbell had a nice game. The run at the end, but the reception he made, even if it was a backward pass, was an impressive play in the first half. They've got to be pleased with what they did, but they've got to take those home run plays away from the opponent. The 75-yard pass, the muffed kickoff, or not muffed, the failure to field the ball. You've got 11 players, 5 of them are in a box. They're not going to catch the ball, but the other 6 are eligible to catch the kick. Everybody has to be prepared to catch it and get yardage. It can never, a kickoff can't hit the ground. Um, that was the disaster, and they never recovered.
Tough day today. The third quarter saw them outscored 31-0, and they'll regroup this week and get set for Juniata Saturday at 1 o'clock at Kenneth R. Gill Stadium. Our webcast coverage begins at 12:35. John, good seeing you, my friend.
Always good to see you, Brian.
Not a great result, but always a good time to work the games, and hopefully we'll have some more opportunities this year. We'll see what happens down the road. I want to thank the Sports Information Directors, Luke Stilson and Charlie McGuire, for their help in our webcast today. Again, the final score, Dickinson 53, McDaniel 20. I'm Brian McLean for John Seaman. Thanks for listening. We'll see you next time.